Hey everybody, welcome to Wither and Bloom Studios. We are ready to play some Dungeons & Dragons tonight. Are you guys ready?
Woo! Hell yeah.
Yes!
Nice. My name is Todd, your Dungeon Master, and I'm excited to host tonight's session of Rising. Gonna get into a recap in a second. I just want to make sure that all of our little peripherals are working correctly here. So just give me 1 second on that, and we will get rolling.
This table feels so lonely over here.
I know tonight we are missing Addie.
We're missing Addie. Addie, we love you.
Here. So Electo is missing.
Electo's in Milwaukee.
Yes. So
I just took off
should we do some
my
recap?
jingly jangly.
Let's do a little recap.
Good.
It's been a while.
Recap.
Yes, please. Remy's been missing.
Remy has been missing.
Oh.
I don't like this.
Is it like the slurp cam now? Like,
I fucking
He filled his drink like it was
way
overboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did overfill a bit.
Yeah, it's definitely slurp night tonight.
oh,
Sorry.
I love it. No, I think I need to do the
It's, you know, it's
microphone.
the Ides of March slurp night.
Yeah, that's right. We missed St.
It's the
Patty's
eyes.
Day.
Woo!
Yesterday, right?
Did you guys do
Oh, no.
anything for St. Patty's
When are
Day?
the Ides?
No.
I was in Philly.
I'm sorry.
Don't
Who's
talk
Philly?
about Philly like that, bro.
Yikes.
My gosh. I went to college.
We support Philly here.
Do we?
Better than New York.
Nice.
Bought Mexican.
No.
I'm sorry, all of New York and North Jersey who wants to be New York is going to fight you.
That's fine, dude. Enjoy your homeless people, piss smell.
Same with Philly.
Okay. How about a little recap?
We're sorry.
Yeah, let's
The
play.
children are fighting.
Go Birds.
Anyway,
Yikes.
all right, so let's talk about what happened in our last session of Rising, because this was kind of interesting. You had started a session on the heels of a pretty large battle in the Fork, where this group of Next Cornu bandits had descended upon the town and fought an army that was in the city, which you included yourself in. There was a two-headed dragon in this group of bandits, which we did some pretty unique combat techniques for this to sort of decide how things would go. But ultimately, when it was over, you guys prevailed. The city prevailed. Next Cornu was pretty hard hit. And then you spent some time getting ready to get out of there. One thing that was interesting was Verbena, a character from season 1, had turned up and thrown through a backpack with some object in it.
Got some stuff in it.
Yeah. So you retained the backpack, and after the battle, you met back up with Verbena in the tavern, and you had some discussion. Inside that backpack was the heart of the Vassarine, which is one of the key ecological elements that basically keeps the planet alive. And she's asking you, the party, to take that. What am I missing?
Specifically on this plane
Yeah.
that we are on.
Well, I'm getting to that part.
Yeah.
I'm getting to that blunder.
Color grading our world, you know?
There was a slight blunder in last episode from the standpoint of one of our characters who's trying to do well. But let me
We
talk
have like
about
an
it.
Emberfell coloring book.
Long story short, you guys have been tasked with taking the heart of the Vassarine back to the Afari continent, and you're going to go by way of Elder Grove. So you left the Fork, and you made out onto the road with your horses, and you took the heart of the Vassarine. And at your first stop, Branmorn thought it might be a good idea to take the heart and its vulnerability from its bag and store it in his ring.
The intentions were pure.
I was trying to keep it safe.
She's basically a pocket
And secret.
dimension.
Keep it secret.
Keep it secret.
safe.
Keep it safe.
Tinkle in between. You actually didn't.
There was
tinkle,
no
did you?
fucking tinkling involved.
No,
He dumped bodies.
I took a
He
massive
peed on
dump.
the body.
He took a massive dump. Yeah.
I
Well,
really wanted to know.
at the end of it all, what wound up happening is that ring stores things in an alternate dimension. And so the heart of the Vassarine, which genuinely needs to remain on the material plane, was put into another dimension. And immediately when that happened, a full daylight sunny day sky went not dark, but down a few notches. It went down several shades, almost as if it's dusk. The sun seems to have dimmed.
Branmore dropped a neutral
It's
density.
giving Christmas.
Yeah, Branmorn dropped a neutral density filter onto the camera of Emberfell. And
And D-Brand.
and we left off with all of you at that campsite just kind of deciding what to do next. And that's where we've left. So what do you want to do?
So I guess what I want to ask is, as I come out of my ring, holding these two bodies and stashing these two bodies that I am disposing of, do I notice a difference in the world?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, you would definitely notice the difference without really much of a perception check. And if you didn't, and I don't see why you wouldn't, it's considerably dimmer. I'm sure the party would point it out to you when you got there.
Okay, so
So, what's going on?
I'm gonna come back up from the I was off the bank by the river, so I'm gonna come back up to everyone with the horses and just be like, so
Yeah.
some clouds. What happened?
This is not normal.
I know what you did.
What did I do?
I know what you did.
How?
I knew you weren't taking a dump.
I went to use the facilities
Where's
by the
the
rivers.
heart?
Oh, I mean, okay, so I figured I'd keep it safe.
What does that
Right,
mean?
in what, your, let me guess, your ring, the alternate dimension?
put it in
the
my
alternate
ring.
the alternate dimension
I
that
figure that's a safe
isn't
space
on the
for it.
same plane as this
Okay,
one?
we're getting a little...
where we're required to, keep the heart on this plane?
We're getting a
It's in
little...
a different one.
It's okay.
You put it in a different one?
Your deliveries of the off. Sorry.
I guess that makes sense.
Right,
mean,
so you did do this.
You were dropping a deuce, and then the lights went dimmer. So
Right.
It's okay if you make a mistake.
Gee.
Well, I guess I made a mistake, guys.
How was he supposed to know that this was going to happen? It's just terrifying.
I figured I'd keep it safe.
and have no doubt that your intentions
Right.
were pure, and you wanted to make sure that
I
it
have
was in a
no-
good place.
Doubt that your intentions were stupid.
You know, this
I'm
is
trying to
not
keep it
hurtful.
safe,
This is
okay?
hurtful.
We this was thrown onto us. We were entrusted with this artifact. I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know.
Okay,
I'm just
we're-
keep
well,
trying to-
Talk
okay.
about yourself like this.
So as far as we can tell...
Thanks, Batman.
It's
hurtful
just...
when
Okay.
you say these things to me.
I'm just,
I'm not the one who made a mistake here, and you take it out on me.
I'm
telling you.
sorry. Papillon,
Okay,
Thank you.
great.
you're new. We're still trying to learn names. Okay?
I mean, it's been a while. We fought
It's
the
just
dragon
quick.
together,
It's just,
and you don't know
it's
my
quick.
name.
Bat,
fine.
man. Sorry. I'll get better.
Awesome.
Well, shit. I guess this had an effect on the land.
Oh shit!
And you can't get back in.
Thrud. I'm gonna take the ring off my finger. Is there a rock on the side of the road?
Oh, of course.
Smack it, please.
Wait.
Through takes out
Wait.
tear.
Wait, what is going to happen when you smack the ring?
It breaks.
Can we pause?
Everything comes out.
Everything
we
comes
pause-
out.
okay.
What else is in there? It's going to come flying out.
It's gonna come flying out.
Can we pause for a second? If, then the hypothetical that all that happened is the world's a little dim, why don't we wait and just be able to retrieve it safely instead of it going pew, out the ring?
But the heart sustains 1/3 of all life on this planet.
So
And
we
I don't
want it
think-
to shatter if it comes flying out.
Right. Or we could just let all those people suffocate for a whole day, right? That's your alternative?
You're
I do not know if
breathing
that is
right now.
happening. I have a question.
No, I'm not the third.
I have a question.
Question.
If the heart is no longer on this plane, right? Does that mean that the people chasing us can't track us?
That was my intentions. Was to hide it.
Maybe there's a heartbeat that goes off and calls these people to us, and now
Like how you echolocate a little bit.
That was
Anyway.
the intentions. That was the intentions of putting it in the bag. I didn't realize it was going to go.
well, let's wait and
And
see
fuck
what
the
happens.
world.
Let's wait and see what happens. We need it back. Bing, bop, boom.
But I do think that the crazy drunk druid lady did say that if it dies,
Right.
the
So-
world dies.
We
I'm
don't
saying-
know of the connections to the world
Yes.
and how that could be adverse. My thought is we're right here, right now. There's no one else around. If we do find out suddenly, I don't know, maybe a day from now, half an hour from now, 2 hours from now, that there are really serious repercussions, and we are not in a situation where we can take it out and maybe not allow other people to know that we have it, it might behoove us to take it out now so that we can hide it. That's all I say.
I think while we don't know how this thing works, and while we know that this heart sustains a third of the life on this planet, we don't know if the life on this planet also sustains the heart. We could be simultaneously killing a third of all living things on this planet and killing the heart itself at the same time.
You are so intuitive.
I think, you know, I'm
She's got a
sorry.
point.
I'm sorry I called your intention stupid, because that's actually quite
did.
clever. But the biggest flaw is that these are two separate planes. If your ring had some sort of portal to somewhere else on this same plane, that would be fine. But these things are completely separate.
It makes sense now. I was just trying to keep it hidden.
Hey,
And I appreciate you
But-
for using
Let's
resources. I just think maybe before such big decisions, we should interdimensional decisions. Namely, we should probably all discuss.
Thrid swings Thea down onto the ring on the rock on its flat side, not with the blade so that it doesn't go flying. Smashes ring.
okay, classic.
Classic.
so the
But there was seemingly consensus that that's what we should do.
I think I liked your action.
My apologies if I have offended.
I
but,
am the druid in the group, but okay.
What does
It's
that
a
have to
root.
do with anything?
all right. So
Okay. Glad you took the bodies out before.
It could have been a lot
it
messier.
pretty much
Yeah.
just says that if it is destroyed, any objects left in the vessel, or wait. You got to do damage to it.
Roll an attack roll for me.
The vessel's AC equals your spell save DC. Its hit points equal your warlock level, plus your proficiency bonus.
Are we
Okay, well,
sure that the things in there?
it's
out?
like, doesn't this happen? Oh, your hit bonus might be enough. No, maybe not.
Probably not. That was a terrible roll.
No.
This is 7.
7. So you just pulled a Gimli at the Council of Elrond.
Totally.
Exactly.
My Alex.
Well, what are we waiting for?
I scratched the ring.
Right. As Tyr comes down on the...
In Threw's defense, it was because the comment was made that there's a druid at the table, so I might have pulled my swing a little bit.
So, in all seriousness, as you come down onto the ring with this axe and essentially miss on the attack roll, but I'm going to assume you struck the ring with enough force to impact the ring. Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh, wait, puta.
Oh, Christ.
Oh my god. That's a 6.
That's a 6.
Threw's
you-
doing great tonight.
Getting him out
Maybe
of
a
the way
new
now.
maybe a new die is in order. As
That was
you
2 different dice.
as you hit this ring, you feel a momentary but sharp pain in your head, just like a momentary headache that just rings out, almost like one of those momentary, like migratory or migraine-like, not migratory, but migraine-like piercings.
My headache's flying south for the winter.
It doesn't do any damage. There's no psychic damage. There's no damage, but you feel physical pain momentarily.
All right, everybody get back.
I think you're getting it harder.
Everybody get back.
Todd,
Go.
can I,
move?
as I step back, can I take a little look around, see if anybody's creeping up on our location?
Sure, roll perception for me while while Cersei goes through.
I'm gonna wait for your perception
Okay.
just to make sure that we're all clear.
Appreciate you.
Like, step back would lead the ring on the rock?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can't fucking read that. Ooh, are we starting with a nat 1?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We are.
Child, things are gonna get
Encounter some,
easier.
We're starting with a nat 1, baby, but that is...
It's a nat 1.
It is a plus 10.
It doesn't matter.
It's a nat 1.
All right. Huh?
All right, so you notice
It's a
something.
nat 1 for an 11,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What do you see?
What do I see? Any
Nothing.
rust on the chain?
No, nothing.
do you see?
It's pretty much as it was when you got here. The river is flowing just off to the side. The sky is still a bit dim.
Yeah.
There are no travelers on the road. But you do notice one thing, even with the Nat 1, it's quiet. Like, there are usually birds singing this time of year. There are usually the sounds of the various biodiversity elements in the grass, like bugs. There's nothing.
Maybe it's the silence.
It is
that's distracting.
quiet.
Yeah.
Too quiet.
All right, everybody's back, right? Mm-hmm. Good. I'm gonna cast Shatter on the ring.
Well, that'll do it. Could have just punched it.
Oh.
You have something to say?
No, that would. No. That was just Remy's like.
I think Remy slowly backs up into the bushes,
Right? Remy is nervous about
damaging the
this thing. I
Why?
think it would be fine.
Why are you?
If I'm not mistaken, Shatter is a saving throw.
Yeah, it's a
I
con.
get why
It's a con save. It automatically makes the
I thought you were
impact.
worried
then.
about the ring.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because the ring can't
I
make a
didn't care
save.
about the
Yeah.
I don't.
So roll damage.
The ring. Oh, I have to roll damage.
the
I don't know what the
It
damage.
does
is
have
for
hit
this.
points. Oh, what does Shatter do? It does damage.
Yeah,
Each
3d8
creature.
thunder.
Oh, 3d8 thunder. Okay.
I think it's broken.
I think it's broken. I think you got it. I mean, you could roll all ones.
I was gonna.
Don't.
Nate's
I
been
don't
known
think
to
we
do
should
that.
drive here again.
I did once roll all
Start
once.
thinking
That's a
exactly the same
15.
Oh, you got it. Yeah,
15.
it definitely. It has 9 hit points. So
So
the
as
ring's
Cersei
broken.
reaches out and just sort of like casts this thunderous clap, just echoes out across the valley, breaking that silence that you just experienced. and for a moment, you do see a number of birds that look like they might have been down by the edge of the river just take off and fly. That was loud.
Grab it now. Go.
Okay, let's get on the horses and fucking. I don't remember what else I have in the ring.
There's like all your like chairs and stuff flying out?
No, because that stuff, I materialize that stuff when I create the ring. So like my couch cushions and all my, fancy stuff
lava
inside.
lamp,
That's yeah.
equivalents.
Yeah, my lava lamp and my incense burners and those are all okay.
Does any of the blood come flying out?
No, he cleaned
from the
that.
body?
It's cleaned up.
My ring is my ring is a clean space. I don't
bad.
know what you're at.
This ring
My bad, Mr.
is
Clean.
clean.
Whoa.
You don't know. You weren't there. The only person that knows
It's Big Mama.
is Mama over here.
Damn. But my point was. Anyway,
Okay, we should get out
so
of here. We should get going.
let's.
The
I'm
bag is there.
gonna immediately snag the heart, shove it in the bag.
Great. Now she has it.
Okay,
I
so
think
you
that-
want it?
Can I
Cersei-
have
No,
it?
I don't want it
Can I
anymore.
have it?
Cersei is
Give
very
it to me,
responsible.
You want it?
please.
Okay.
Yep.
Give it to the
You're
druid.
Remy
giving-
has the heart.
Okay.
Give it to the druid.
Do you feel any different? Is it
Yeah,
pulled to
do I
you?
feel any different?
As you take the bag, or as you take, did you put the heart back in the
It's in-
bag?
yeah, I have.
All right, so the heart's back in the bag, and as you take the bag, you feel this very low-level resonance that begin to course through your body. You can feel it physically, almost as if someone is playing a frequency that is lower than a bass tone, as it sort of, it almost affects you on a cellular level. You can feel it, yes.
Damn.
Does the color come back to the world?
Yes, so as the ring shatters, it doesn't happen instantly, but very slowly, almost imperceptible to the eye, you notice that the light is getting a little bit brighter.
Vibrance.
Within about a couple of minutes, things seem to be back to normal.
I put it in like my satchel that's in the like cloak. Yeah. It's
Okay.
In there.
Great.
Guys, I just want to say that I think we communicated very well during this discussion.
Okay.
you.
I'm really proud of us, especially you, Cersei.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very
We
nice.
should go.
Yes.
Right, if I'm going to
now.
make any world-changing decisions, I will try and include the group.
This is all we ask.
I was just trying to protect the ring. Or the heart, sorry. In the ring.
I'm not criticizing.
Okay, I know.
I was criticizing a little bit.
I'm just making comments.
I fully criticize.
Seems like you are.
Full power of my ability.
Let's get going.
Yes, on the road again, maybe.
On the road again.
I just don't like the idea that thing can be
Make 'em away.
trapped.
Okay, I'll have another one.
I'm with you, but maybe there's
Can you get me another one?
maybe there's something we can do to
Thank you, brother.
encapsulate it. Maybe there's a certain
Cersei.
metal that
Yeah?
we could put it into that.
Listen to what Mommy's saying right here.
Might have some
You know
dampening
magical things,
products, or
Sure.
we could create some type of a spell around it, perhaps. I don't know.
So you know magical things. I know there's ways to. Nice one. I know there's ways to track items
Right.
across long distances.
Yes, especially something so powerful.
Yeah, I think this is a target on our back. I haven't liked this ever since the rat woman gave it to us.
The rat woman.
Do you know of anything that we could put this in? Not an extra dimensional plane.
I don't, but my parents had some colleagues at the Academy of Elder Grove who might have some clues.
Okay.
They're knowledgeable in materials with properties and magical spells that might be combined with that would
Okay.
put a sort of cover.
Blocker.
Over that.
Yeah.
So I suggest once we get to Elder Grove, we should head to the Academy and let's go speak to some people I know.
All right.
But I'm open to experiment.
But even then, we have to keep it on the down low. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, we can't just run into a major
like, "Hey,
city
we
and
have
be like,
this."
"Hey, we have the heart."
Yeah.
I think that's something that she would have been thinking about when we got it.
Anyway,
All right,
the road
traveling
again.
on.
Yeah.
All right, so Cersei, you would know that the next town north of the Fork, which is a day's journey, is the town. It's a village of Samson.
yeah.
Samson is a town that is really a lot about. This is a spot to stay. There are stables. There are people to take care of your horses. There are a few provisionary shops, but most people know that the main hubs of commerce are the Fork and Elder Grove. So
Yeah.
this is kind of a stopover location, but you're on your way to Samson, essentially.
Lovely.
Now, other than the fact that you had this near mishap with the heart going into another dimension, we're going to have one encounter roll for the day's travel. Who would like to give me a D20 roll?
I would
Let
love
Olivia
to.
do it. She hasn't been here.
Remy, you're back fresh
Yeah.
from
Actually,
the
I did get that nat one out of the way.
One. Just a flat
So,
roll.
Yep, just a flat old roll. No modifiers.
13.
13.
Yes.
Dragon.
Dragon. Double-headed dragon.
Double-headed dragon.
Overhead.
triple-headed dragon.
The day wears on uneventfully. You're moving along the path on the road on your horses. You basically pass the next 10 hours of time. You pass the occasional traveler, the occasional person with a cart, obviously on their way to the Fork. Is there anything you want to do during this time?
Like while time's passing.
Yeah, during the time on the cart.
He's brainstorming.
Okay. While you're brainstorming,
Yeah.
because of the amount of time, not because you're brainstorming,
Yeah.
I'm going to have you make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Ooh,
Okay.
this is like
I think I would have.
I don't like that. 17.
17. Okay, so you're feeling this resonance coursing through you. Even though it's in a pack, it's under you, it's up against you. There's a certain warmth to that resonance. You can almost feel like a living child is strapped to your side. It has about the same weight as a small infant.
This
It's
thing's
about
heavy.
11 pounds,
Oh my
11, 12
God.
pounds. And as this resonates through you, you are actually finding yourself, as the day goes on, to feel a little bit more vitality. I want you to temporarily increase your constitution 1 point.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
nice.
Third, you did do that last time, correct?
So I should drop that then.
No, not yet. I have plans.
I have fun.
Plans within plans.
Not yet plans within plans, just plans. The plans within plans are coming.
They're doing what?
You know that gives me a tingle when there's plans within plans.
That's right.
Excellent.
All right. So, the rest of the day goes by, and you wind up in the town of Samson.
Lovely.
Now, there is the Samson Inn, relatively innocuous name, but that is a place to stay the night. If you so wish, you could continue to travel on if you feel pressed for time. Up to you.
I mean, I think we are in a little bit of a rush. Yes.
What time of day is it? I might have missed
It's
that, sorry.
evening. You're coming up on 6 o'clock.
Been on the road for
Is
like
there
10 hours.
what is in the like? Is it? I know you said it's kind of like a way through, but like what's
there?
Like, is there like?
So the main road that you're on moves right through the center of town. There are 3 small offshoots off of that road that basically go off in little random directions, little winding roads that have a series of small row homes that look like they house the various inhabitants of this town. From what you know about this place, those people tend to be shopkeepers, caretakers of the town, people that work in the stables, people that actually breed horses. So there are a couple of horse farms just outside of town. Most of the terrain as you walk in and around this river is either lightly wooded or farm terrain to some degree or another. Not like the industrial farms that are up near North Veritas. These are much more sort of humble, personal farms that might have a cow or 2 horses or a donkey in the field. Nothing so industrious as the other areas you've been. So the lead-in to Samson felt like that, and the town is rather simple. Inside the town itself, you do have the Samson Inn. There is 1 general goods and provisions shop. There is 1 armorer in the shop, or in the town, actually.
Guys, as we're coming in, right before we get to town, getting close, I'm gonna discuss with the party that I don't know everyone else's feelings, but I think maybe this should just be a pit stop, and we leave town tonight.
Yes.
I don't
Tonight?
think we should stay in towns.
Yeah.
I concur.
I think if they're out looking for this, towns are going to be the first place they're at. When we left the Fork, the place was swarming.
This is the
With
first
druids.
stop north.
This is the first stop north. I think we have a better chance. I know it's shitty. It's not a comfy bed, but I think we have a better chance just camping on the side of the road than in an inn.
I
We
agree.
have a cart, yeah.
We have a cart, right?
Sleep in the cart.
I would propose that we continue to put whatever
take
kind of
shifts.
distance we can
So-
and take shifts. Let's create a nice little wub zone in the back of the cart, how you say? You
That
know,
can
so-
work. That can work.
Nice.
I only have to go down for 4 hours if we create, some system to tie the horses and,
Why are you laughing?
That's like,
What?
that's some endurance there, going down for 4 hours.
Oh my
guy,
god.
dude.
Only you.
You're dirty
Only
girl.
you. So,
What?
if we want to
Been a long day
stop
on the road.
for some good food,
I think
drink,
that-
and then I think we
We
head
should
out.
stop
I don't
and
know.
get some bedding and like pillows and make the cart really comfy for the
Like
group.
your ring.
Like a nice fort, you know?
I mean,
Group forts.
we could try.
Now, the general tenor of this town is you still are only a day's travel away from a recent large battle that took place in the Fork, and so the word of that has traveled north very quickly. So people seem skittish. A lot of people are staying off the road. So it is rather quiet right now, and as your party does come into town, you do catch quite a few looks.
Is there a forge, or you said there was a general store?
There's an armorer. There's probably a forge inside that armorer.
Why don't you all stop at the inn for some provisions?
I want to go with you.
I will go to the armor, see if we can find some materials to maybe create some kind of a cask for the seed.
Smart.
And I also believe that we should not refer to it anymore as the
Imagine.
Yeah.
thing that
We
is
should make a
known-
At
name
least
for
know
it.
what direction.
Herbert?
I was thinking
Of
Herbert.
how I
Herb.
handle.
Herb is
Herb.
good. I think Herb is good.
Herb is cute. I like Herb.
Herb is good.
With the Constitution bone?
No, with what I showed
Um,
you.
Prude.
Like moist.
Do you
Not really.
anything
This
like
is sort of-
lead?
Stew.
This thing is
That's
new.
what I was
this
thinking,
is a
yeah.
typical druid
Okay.
material.
This might be something that
Is it something that I could
could be made use of.
Maybe.
maybe
I
that's
was
what I'm
thinking
trying
we
to
create a nice
And-
little chest.
Is there anything like
If you
Something
want,
that was swathable.
if you want a
easy to
little
carry.
bit of a playground, if you at least get the materials today, there is a materials research facility that you might be
in
interested
elderberry. Where we're-
in. In
Elderberry.
Elderberry.
Very good.
So we are stopping?
I say you
Quick stop.
get some
Quick stop.
provisions, get some bedding maybe, or some hay or whatever, so we don't look like we're, a bunch of traveling Wilburys,
I'm going to go to the inn, the tavern.
The Samson Inn.
Yes.
All right. So you're going to the Samson Inn. Thrud and Remy are going to the armorer.
Where are you going, sirs? You gonna watch the stuff? Hang out?
Are you watching the stuff and hanging out?
No, I'm going to the tavern.
Who's watching the stuff and hanging out?
No one.
So you want me to just stand
You might be the last one.
and watch the stuff and hang
Just tie
out
up
by
the
myself?
horses. Tie up the horses.
It's just a
There
cart.
are stables that you could hitch to, and you can
Okay.
pay a small fee just to
Okay,
have
fine.
them sort of
Then
refreshed,
come to
brushed
the
down.
tavern.
Thank you for inviting me. I will go to the tavern.
I want you to come to the tavern.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, we stop at the stables. You know, I'll inform the stable master. We're in a rush. You know, we'll be back. It's soon. So maybe if we feed the horses, brush them down, get them ready.
I could refit your tack for you, give them a good brushing down, maybe
Perfect.
give them a little water.
Perfect.
They're hot, so I'm not going to water them too much.
All right. No, appreciate it.
4 silver for the service.
Yeah. Now or when I come back?
When you come back.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So let's start with the armorer.
Okay.
You two make your way over to the local armorer. There's a sign hanging above the door that seems pretty straightforward, a large shield on it. You can see that there is a makeshift stack that sticks out of the front of the building, and there's some black smoke billowing out of that. And you walk inside. There is a tall human male there. He's kind of behind the counter. He kind of walks over and uses a long hot poker in the coals to stir things up, and he takes a foot bellows and he just pumps it a few times, and he's like, "Evening, gonna be closing soon, so let me know if there's anything I can do. Have a look around, I'll be with you in a couple."
Thank you. We're not looking to be here long. Just a quick pit stop along our travels.
I got a decent selection of light weapons on the walls. There's some minimal armor, but I mostly deal in custom work. Give me a second. Kind of finishes, pumping the forge a little bit, places the long iron that he's got back into the hot coals, and he comes over and he's like, "What can I do for you?"
Well, I'm looking more for materials rather than finished goods. Something in a softer metal, perhaps, a little bit insulative, that I could easily create a little satchel out of. Lead.
I was gonna say I've got some lead. I got a little bronze, actually. I'm not sure if that helps, but you might like a bronze. How are you gonna work it? I mean, you look capable, but
Put the bag down, flip it in reverse.
Well, lead's very malleable.
cold work it.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, I could get you some lead. I got it in sheet.
perfect.
Fair enough. How much you need?
Probably need about.
He kind of reaches down under the counter and he begins pulling out these sheets of lead that are actually probably about 12 inches by 16 inches. And they're heavy because they're not super thick, but they're like 3/16, like right around a quarter of an
perfect.
inch.
These are perfect,
So he's
yes.
laying these down on the counter, and the counter's physically moving because they got some weight to it.
Way to it, yes. I would take 3 sheets of that.
3 sheets like that?
Yes.
He pulls those out, places them up there.
Thunk.
What else?
You said you had some brass?
I have bronze.
Bronze.
Yeah.
Bronze, yeah. Maybe I'll take an ingot of that as well.
All right. He reaches down. He pulls out a nice 10-pound ingot of bronze, places that on the counter.
Very good. I think this will work for us very nicely.
Give me 2.5 gold. It's yours.
Throws 3 at him. Says keep the change. Thank you very much. No
Much
questions
appreciated.
asked.
Let me know if there's any other way I can assist you. Do you need anything today?
No, I'm with her. Thank you.
All right, you two. Stay safe out there.
You as well.
Things are certainly strange. You staying long?
No, we are a bit of a rush. I'm just getting some provisions for the next time that we stop somewhere. And,
Best of luck in your travels.
Thank you so very much.
He goes back over to the forge and starts working the forge. What about the general provisions run?
I am. You mean the tavern?
No, the general. Weren't you going to general provisions also?
Sure. Why not?
I didn't know if you were.
Yeah, we were gonna try and find some
Bedding.
pillows, bedding. So I guess maybe we hit the general provisions quick, and then we go to the Samson Inn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go with the provisions.
Maybe, I mean, I have some rope. Do you have any rope?
Cersei, are you with them?
Yes.
I believe I have some rope. Yes.
Okay. Because if we're gonna be creating like a line of the horses, we should have some extra.
We should tie them
rope,
up.
maybe.
Yes. Smart.
I have no rope. I'm sorry.
I have
Nice.
rope. You have rope.
I have rope.
I have rope.
Okay, we
You
have
have
rope.
100 feet.
So bedding,
You're not here.
maybe some just
Yeah, I will talk to
shitty
I got
dried
some.
rations, maybe.
Excuse me, sir.
Seriously?
It's a woman.
Miss.
Yes. She kind of looks you up and down a little. What's your charisma, by the way? Pretty high, aren't you?
16.
Yeah. She kind of like gives you like a once over.
You know, his charisma is very much like so vulnerable that he's endearing. You know?
I like that.
Damn.
Vulnerable.
All right.
Hello. We are just looking for some bedding, pillows, blankets, all this kind of
bed
stuff.
rolls. I have a couple
Bed
of
rolls,
sure.
anything that looks fluffy.
Right. Sure. How many would you like? There are 5 silver pieces for just a basic flat like mat. It's very thin. Doesn't provide a lot of insulation. Up to something that's going to cost you more, like a gold piece and a half, for a really robust, well-insulated bedroll. Are you traveling north?
I'm going to get one well-insulated bedroll for Mother, and we can get 5 other ones for the rest of us.
Why not we get if we're going north?
You
It's
think
gonna be
we're going
colder.
to need it a while?
Maybe
And plus, if we're taking shifts, we don't need
we don't need
5
them all.
at a time.
So we get like
5 or
3.
6 at a time.
Well,
three.
to be clear, I only have 5 left. So if
We
you
will take 3.
3,
Yes.
all right.
Let's take 3 of the nice ones.
3 of the nice ones.
So it's 3 gold.
Think about like
That's
pillows.
4.5 gold.
4.5 gold, of course. My apologies.
But we should get more after Elder Grove. Just make
Can we
more.
throw in some? That comes with blankets.
No, those are bed rolls. I do have blankets, actually. 5 silver pieces apiece. They're made of wool. They're quite nice. They're about 4 feet by 7 feet.
Ooh, let's get a
That's
couple of
very
those.
Get 3 of those.
Yeah, three.
Yes.
3 of those?
Yes.
That's another gold and a half.
Okay. Anything else we need?
I'm gonna take a look around, but I'm just gonna start walking away and looking while they
Okay.
finish this
Is there
trip.
anything in particular you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm looking for something like a pin badge.
A pin badge?
Yeah, anything like it.
What does that mean?
Beanbag.
Like, you know, those little badges that, you know, put a pin through your shirt?
You mean to hold a cloak? Or.
No, like,
Hi, my name is.
no, like, you know, it could be any of those. Maybe to hold your cloak, maybe just like
Pedro.
to pin to your shirt.
Like a brooch?
Yeah.
Like a
Okay.
safety pin?
Or even vote Pedro. Anything along those lines.
Mouth is open on
Well,
that
what
one.
she does have is she has a sort of annular brooch, which is a circular ring
Yeah.
with a rotational needle that's on it with a pass-through.
Yeah.
And what that allows you to do is wrap yourself in a blanket, put it through, and then rotate the pin around to lock it in place. It can be worn just in a decorative sense. It's hand forged, so it's got a little bit of a twisted iron look to it and a little flourish on both of the ends.
I'm gonna pick that up.
Okay?
How much is this?
That's 2 silver pieces.
2, only 2.
Would you like to pay more for it?
No, I'm just shocked. I would like to buy this from you.
It's not really a fine piece of jewelry. It's
Yeah.
more of a mechanical accessory, like a belt buckle.
Yeah.
So they're relatively cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought it was cute. Cool.
Excuse me, miss. Question for you. Have you seen anybody else that looks like me? A little angrier?
You mean in just your general appearance?
Yes. Big ears and, gray skin, little furry.
Well, I will admit you're quite unique, but I think one of the reasons I looked at you so carefully when you walked in the door, and pardon for any discomfort I might have caused you,
What happens?
I do remember seeing somebody like you about 3 months back.
3 months back.
Damn.
Oh
Maybe my
God.
memory's bad, it might be 2, but I think it was about 3 months ago.
Wow. Okay. How was he?
How was he? I didn't necessarily have him in any capacity, but he... I had to. I had to.
What the hell are you talking about?
He seemed like a nice enough person. If I remember correctly, he came in, was by himself. I did notice he was unique.
Yes.
He looked around a bit. I don't even remember if he bought anything, and if it was something simple because it didn't really stick with my memory. Seemed nice enough.
He looked okay.
Well, I see a lot of people come through this shop. He seemed all right, I guess. Nothing stuck out.
He didn't
other
say
than his
which.
appearance.
Of course. He didn't say which direction he was going.
We didn't really have a conversation. I apologize for that.
That's sad.
Do you know him? Is he a relative of yours?
That's my brother.
Ah.
Yes.
Well,
I'm looking for him. I'm trying to find him.
and what is your name?
Papillon. Here, why don't you leave this for him? And I take out a piece of paper that says Corvo on one side, and on the other side it says I'm looking for you, signed Happy Pappy.
Happy Pappy. You're giving her this paper?
Yes.
She takes it and she's like, well, if I see it, his name is Corvo.
Mm-hmm.
If I see him again, I'll be sure to give it to him. She tucks it in a small hinged box that looks like there's money in it under the counter. So she puts it away. She's like, I hope you find him.
You've made my day. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is good news.
So will that be all for you?
You know, I like to be comfy. Do you have any type of pillows or anything like that?
Oh, of course we do.
Yeah?
Yeah, she reaches down, she pulls out two different kinds. There is a burlap pillow that seems like a coarser fabric. Maybe it's canvas.
Okay.
Not well filled, but fluffy enough. And then she reaches under and she pulls out a pillow that looks like it's made of a finer fabric. Bordering not quite on a satin, but something a little shinier. It's plump.
I'm liking the look of that one. How many of those you got?
Under here, I only have two.
Ooh.
They're 3 gold pieces each.
Let's take them.
Really? Well, I've
Yeah,
had these forever. I never thought I'd
They
sell
look
them.
comfy. I mean-
Excellent. She puts them on the counter. Now, the other ones are actually a lot cheaper. They're 3 silver pieces apiece. I don't know if you want any of those as well.
I'm going to sleep upside down anyway. So it doesn't matter.
I'm fine.
I'm curious how you're going to sleep upside down on a cart, but
I'm going
okay.
to hang off
we're
the
not
top
gonna
of the cart. Everyone knows this is very
It's
easy.
not a covered wagon. It's
You're
a
gonna
cart.
get sleep sick.
But okay. We're not having this conversation right
I
now.
put half the
So, Miss, what's that put us at?
12 and 2.
12 and 2 silver.
Yes, 12 gold, 2 silver.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Make it 13 gold.
What? Why would
I
you
can
do that?
pay.
Yelled that Cersei didn't bargain.
She gave me wonderful news.
Okay, fine.
This is tip.
Fine,
I'll pay.
Fine.
I gave her 13
You got
gold.
news.
Take
You
it out of
got-
your inventory.
Gotcha.
She reaches across the counter and takes. She's like, "Thank you."
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
I'm gonna slide my 2 silver across the counter.
Okay,
For my
paying
own
for your
gain.
own way.
Yep.
All right. She kind of takes things. She puts them into a lightweight cloth sack. All the pillows, the bedrolls. Actually, it probably would come out to be more like 2 sacks, given all the bedrolls and materials in there. And so you have these 2 fairly large cloth sacks that you leave the store with.
Nice.
Okay.
Sweet.
I think we should go.
Are we back?
We
Let's-
should get.
I mean-
I'm going to take this. I'm going to prepare the back of the wagon.
Okay, you
Make
want
it
to
look
prepare the
all
back of the
nice.
wagon?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Make it all comfy for
I'll
everyone.
meet you in the stable shortly.
Okay.
Um,
Do you want to come with me, or you want
Sure.
to? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. We're gonna
Alright,
go
I'm-
prepare the wagon.
I want to go to the inn.
You're
All right.
Before we go.
Samson Inn. Yep. It's actually right there.
Oh, okay.
When you come out of the general provisions, it's right across the street.
Shit. I'm gonna hit the inn really quick, and then I'll meet you guys in the stables.
Go get your juice, Branmorn. Go get your juice.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Poppy.
I know you like it. No hate.
Damn.
No hate.
I'm not hitting the bottle. You are.
Every time
Who
we
says I'm hitting the bottle? Who
pass
says I'm hitting the bottle?
every
here?
time we pass
I'm
the
just going to
tavern,
the
you
inn.
have to go in.
This was
I'm not
supposed to
gonna
be a
call that.
pit stop. Okay.
So you take drinks up. It's no shame.
Fill your pit.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go to the inn.
Fill your pit.
Proprietor.
Yeah. So when you walk into the inn, there's a few people in there. Only like 6 or 7 people. It's not a packed house.
Okay.
Surprisingly quiet for a road on a major trade route. You walk in. There's a human male behind the counter. He kind of sees you. He has brown hair, a very full, thick brown beard. He looks to be wearing a pair of wire-rimmed glasses. He's currently pouring some real careful cocktails across the counter. And he kind of sees the door open, and he kind of like looks up for a minute, nods, and keeps on pouring. And he kind of gestures, and he's like, "Help yourself to a seat. I'll be with you in a minute."
Is there room at the bar? Is there?
There
a bar?
is. There's a bar.
Okay.
There's room at the bar. There's also a smattering of
I'll
tables
pull
that
up.
have nobody at them. Okay.
And is there anyone else sitting at the bar right now?
There are 2 people down at the other end of the bar. You realize these are the cocktails he's pouring.
Okay.
So it's a human male and a human female together. He places the cocktails over and
I'll pull up a couple seats, at least away from them,
okay.
or the other end of the bar or whatever. And
Okay.
I'll wait for him to come over.
He eventually makes his way down. He's like, "Evening."
Evening, sir. Got a couple of friends with me. We're just passing through really quick. Do you have food, drinks? Clear, you have drinks.
Yes, I have cocktails. I've got decent wine, 1 or 2 beers available at this point, and we do have a small menu of bar
Small
food.
menu?
Yeah.
Is there anything you could whip up quick? Like to go? Anything?
Yeah, let me check with my wife in the back, and I'll
Perfect.
see what we can get for you.
Okay.
Did you have a preference? Do you have anything that you... anything that's out of the question?
We're on horses. I had a bad experience with the stew in the last town, so maybe not a stew.
Stew's going to be hard on a horse. You need something
Yeah,
portable.
Yeah, so anything that might be portable on a horse.
All right.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 electric tits.
Yeah.
I eat my own stuff.
Wow.
In a locket.
Okay.
Let me see what I can do. I'll be right back.
All right.
I'm on a
He
diet.
disappears into the back
You're
room.
on a diet.
He's like, "Can I get you something to drink while you're waiting?"
Sure. Ale.
An ale?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You bitch.
He pours you off a real quick ale, drops it down on the
bitch.
counter, and then he hurries into the back.
drinking?
What?
You don't know. You're not there.
Metagaming.
About 5 or 6 minutes later, he returns and he's like, "We made a mean corned beef yesterday that we had an extra amount of. I could make you up some hefty sandwiches. We got a homemade bread that was cooked
Sounds-
fresh in the oven.
Amazing.
All right.
Let's
You all
take
right with a
6.
little cabbage on there?
Sure. Yeah.
Damn.
Got that
Let's
spicy
take
brown mustard.
Let's take,
How many?
Sure.
Spicy.
6 of those to go at least.
6 of those.
What, taters? You got
You
any
gotta
taters to
include
put on there?
Of course.
Load it up, man. Load it up.
All right, we'll take care of you.
Okay.
All right, so he disappears back into the back. Moments later, he comes back out, and he's like, "We're working on it."
Okay. On top of that order, can I get nothing premium, but okay, 4 bottles of wine.
Jesus.
And do you have a cask of ale? Like a small cask, like a little,
Big cask.
little mini keg.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, full blown alcoholic on
Scratching
board.
my.
Oh,
Where are you traveling to, traveler? This is
No.
What's that? Elder?
Elder Grove.
Yeah,
You head north.
that one.
All right.
He's
Yeah,
also
you'll need
telling
the
people
wine
where
to
we're
keep you
going. I'm
warm.
like, what? You on drugs?
What? You're
I'm not there. I'm not there.
As he's talking to you, he pulls up a very small, like 8th, 10th cask.
Okay.
Drops the barrel on
That's
the counter.
perfect.
He puts that there. He goes, "That's a really nice red ale that is made by one of the farmers
bet
down the
Drew would
road.
love that.
Supplies me with a decent amount."
Is that what I'm drinking now?
Oh yeah, that's what you got right
Oh, it's
there.
delicious.
Fantastic. Now that one's going to set you back 5 gold pieces. Is that all right?
Damn.
You're going to get a number of pints out of that, though.
Yeah.
All
Let's
right,
do it.
great. We got that. What else did you want? I'm sorry.
Do you got like?
Bottles of wine?
Yeah, nothing super expensive.
Thinking of me.
Well, I don't have much to choose from. I've got a
You got
local
4
wine that's
4 different
relative.
bottles.
Yeah.
4 bottles.
Absolutely. He pulls out 4, somewhat
saying
clean, a little bit on the dusty
Yeah,
side.
okay. We'll
The
blow 'em
label,
up.
the label looks like it's homemade. He puts 4 of those down on the counter, and within a few minutes, his wife comes out from behind, and she's carrying like this big. She's got a big, like almost tablecloth, like that she's toting all these in, and she starts putting these wax paper wrapped
Oh my
massive
gosh.
sandwiches down on the bar. She reaches under the counter, she pulls out a sack, and she starts to fill them up. So she's got 6 of those.
Thank you, man.
She seems to have a couple of these little wooden containers that seem to have a string around them. She unties one of the strings and she opens it up, and there's like a scalloped potato in there. So she ties that back up and she puts that in the thing. So he's looking it over, he's counting up, he's like, take the pint on me. This is a nice sale. We've been really slow lately. So let's see, 5 for the barrel. It's going to be 5 silver on each of the bottles of wine, so that's going to be 2, so that's 7. And then it's going to be 3 silver a piece on the sandwiches, so that's 1/8. So that puts us right at about 9 gold pieces and 8 silver.
I'm going to give him 10. Just 10. Thank you, sir.
Much appreciated.
This was amazing for the quick service. I bet my companions will be happy.
Well, I wish you safe travels. If you're ever back in, come stay at the Samson Inn.
Okay. I didn't get your name, sir.
Shem.
Sam. Bram,
Nice to meet you, Bran.
maybe we'll be back.
All right.
It's a threat.
I don't think I can carry this all in one trip. How far is the stables from...
Do you want
30
to call
yards
for a
down
backup?
the road.
yards?
Really not far at all.
So I'm going to grab... maybe I'll just grab the food. And I'll tell Sham, Shem?
Sham. Place is sham.
What a sham.
I'll be right back. Our horse is in the stables to get the drinks.
I mean, we're almost ready. Can I like move the wagon to you?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, maybe
I'm gonna move
that
the wagon.
That probably would have taken a little longer. You guys are probably knocking down the door of the inn, saying like, "Well, come on, let's go."
We'll bring the wagon around with the horses and we'll load it up.
As you exit the inn, you notice that the whole party's gathered right there at the wagon.
So I got the armful of all the food and sandwiches that she put in the sacks, and just say, whoever, Trude, Papillon. There's 4 bottles of wine and a cask of ale on the bar. Can someone grab those?
On it.
Yes.
Oh my god.
All right.
You okay?
Pit stop, and I got us some good eats for tonight.
Well, you're very kind.
We'll eat like.
Can I make an insight check to see whether Bran is suffering from alcoholism?
Or overcompensating for his previous blunder?
Huh?
I'm not sure that's insight, but
Whatever you think it is.
you really
Perception?
genuinely want to do this?
I wanna see if
perception.
this is like a necessity.
Your perception.
What does he need? An
If it's a
intervention?
He
necessity,
just wants a good time.
My perception? It's gonna be 16.
A 16? I mean, given the character that you are, and given the 16, I would say that you do notice that Branmorn is really able to hold himself together. He provides for the well-being of the party. He does drink more than you, but the 16 in your perception gives you the wisdom and wherewithal to realize that maybe this isn't as bad as you think it is. Cersei's a different story.
Hey.
I gleaned that from looking at Branmorn. That's the last thought in my head. You're a good man, Bran. And I'm gonna give Cersei like a little...
What?
Can I make a... fuck it. Let me just keep making perception rolls. Before we leave town, I want to do a quick swivel of the head, see if I see any of those freaks from the last town.
Roll your perception check for me.
Okay. Sorry to make so many perception checks.
No, you don't be sorry at all.
You're just very perceptive. That's all.
do your work.
Do your work.
Do your work, Poppy.
I got a 14.
Oh, wow.
So it is getting dark. You've been here for a little while with the various shops that you visited. And yes, you do see someone that sort of stands out to you as being a little bit different.
What can you...
Oh, whispers!
Fucking hell. Hey, we'll be right back.
No.
Stay right there.
No.
Stay right there.
Just sit down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Secrets. Fucking murk 'em.
Whisper, 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 whisper. Oh my god,
They're making out. They're making out in the corner.
It's all camera, but they're making out.
You just gotta believe us. They were making.
I'm gonna go up to Thrud. Thrud, we have to go. Now. Like, right now.
We are going.
I
It's
thought
time
that was
to-
the plan, but what, did you say something?
Todd.
Oh, okay.
Todd, I'm gonna turn and point Thrud in the... Not point, but...
To be clear, you don't know who this is.
No, I know.
Okay.
But I know I've seen the druids from the last town and what they look like.
Okay. What were you saying?
I wouldn't be in the inn. I would be at the stable still. I
Okay.
had something I wanted to do at the stable. So
Okay.
before we left.
Okay, we'll get to that in
Okay.
1 second.
I'm gonna turn to Thrud. I'm not gonna make any like points or notions to him. I'm gonna say, we have a green, leafy-looking fellow over there, and you see like you would remember him. Can I say this? Because
I can say it.
Okay.
So, Thrud, you look over in the direction that Papillon is pointing. You instantly remember somebody from all the way back at the Crooked House pub. Do you remember Naren Fay? You see Naren
Oh my
Fay
God.
standing in the shadows.
Didn't
Tall,
he save your life?
completely covered in vegetation.
Does he see us?
He seems to be looking in your direction, but you're not entirely sure. It's
ceiling
dark
light?
enough that you can see him standing there. Do you look harder? Give me a perception roll.
Yeah.
Can it be with advantage?
From your perception?
16.
16. Yeah, upon closer inspection, you look over and you see that given that it's hard to tell which direction he's facing, as you look closer, you see that he's turned 3/4 away from you and talking to someone else who's deeper in the shadows, and it's hard for you to see who it is.
Freak.
But he's not currently looking at you.
Quickly, load their wagons.
Yep. Let's go.
You
Everyone get
have
them in
something to do?
I'm at the stables, yeah.
So what are you doing at the stables?
I would have asked one of the stable hands if they could reshoe my hooves for me.
Okay. How much time do you have?
I
Is
got
that-
2 hooves. And these are worn down shoes.
Okay, so the stablemate would have looked at you. I'm just gonna roll just to kind of see the stablemate's capability for
Okay.
that and the uniqueness of your situation. He can do it, but it's going to take a little extra time. It's not something he's used to. Plus, his shoes are intended for larger horses.
Okay.
He's just not gonna have something that's pre-made for you.
Okay.
So he said, I can do it, but it's probably gonna take me an hour.
Could you just put more nails in the current one?
I can do that.
Let's do that.
All right.
That's it.
So he finds a couple of shorter
Okay.
nails, shores up what you have, charges you 3 silver to
That's
do it.
fine.
So we're gonna whip this fucking wagon stealthily and out of this place, picking up. Sunshine on our way.
6 horses and a wagon out of town.
Well, I would like to just probably put myself driving the wagon while the rest of them kind of like hide. Is that fair to say?
We have 6 horses.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all taking a horse, or are we all on the wagon?
Well, there are, I think, 4 horses and 1 horse pulling the wagon, or 2 horses pulling the wagon. I don't know.
There's 2 horses pulling your wagon.
And then I think there's 4 individual horses.
Your wagon.
Well, we're gonna go.
I think.
I guess.
I don't know.
Are you trying to be stealthy or no?
We
I
really
think we should be stealthy, but I think we maybe might attract some. That's a large caravan.
Where's Remy?
Would any of you, the people you know, who he would recognize?
asking me
Would you
or
have
them?
conveyed that to me, so that some of you can hide in bedrolls or something?
I think he would probably most likely recognize the majority of us.
So I'm saying I
Think
could
so.
try to be the face of this wagon right now as we whip out.
And it might be odd to have 4 horses
Well, let's do it.
lined up in the team, but
It's already on
I'm
anyway.
also thinking maybe there's some kind of payment we can make to the stable hands to maybe see if we can take the horses out somewhere else and meet up with them, or maybe a diversion that we could create. Somehow,
Oh, I can make a diversion while you guys get away. He doesn't know me.
I think that would be very useful.
Yeah.
Do you need a hand? I can be invisible.
Does he know you? No, I'll be okay. I will see you on the
Are
other
you sure
side,
that
my
would be,
friend.
would be fun?
Do you want to?
I would love to. It would be
Okay.
my honor to
All right.
create a diversion with you.
Go invisible then.
Yeah?
Yes, I'm
Well,
going
I
to
mean-
play catch with you.
You're gonna play catch with me.
Yes.
You're gonna play catch with me.
Yes.
All right. I just.
It's going to look like I am playing catch with myself. It's going to amaze the crowd.
Oh, I thought we were gonna do something like fire, flames, disaster.
No, I was going to dance.
I thought you were gonna, like, terrorize people.
Cersei, I will see you there.
No, okay.
You
I
get
will.
on the
I will play
wagon, I'm
catch with
go-
you. That was a good idea.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. We're gonna make a diversion, Todd.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, Cersei's gonna go invisible.
Okay.
And I'm going to play catch with Cersei, attempting to make a distraction for Naren
Yes.
Fey.
Yeah.
Okay, so you and Cersei are attempting to do some kind of catch game.
Yes.
We are loading up the wagon and the different horses.
And I would like to incorporate acrobatics in this if possible. Like doing flips while I'm throwing it and like catching it and stuff.
All right, so I
which
want a
is perfect.
performance check from you.
Fuck.
Do you need one from me?
Well, you're actually kind of on the receiving end of this, so I'm going
Yeah.
to say yes. I would say this. You can either make a performance check with advantage because Cersei's helping you, or you can each individually roll for performance.
What do you got?
Up to you.
I have a +2.
I have a +3.
Yeah, you
I'll make
should
it with
make
advantage.
You
Nice.
need it. Much
15.
better.
15.
A 15.
Yeah.
Okay. It seems to work. You are kind of like engaged in this weird activity in the middle of the street while everyone is kind of like...
Should we describe how we're doing it?
Yeah, so I'm like, everyone gather around. I'm going to play catch with the wind.
And as you sort of like do that, I'm gonna whip this ball out
What the heck?
and like from like underneath your wing, and I'm gonna start like tossing it over the back of you and like catching it from one hand to the other to the other to the other, so it's like bouncing around above him and
It
he's not
technically
even
doesn't
touching
need
it.
to leave your hand. You could just be going.
While this is happening, who's driving the
Convincing
wagon
physics.
out of...
I will.
You're gonna handle the wagon,
I guess so. Yeah.
or I can.
Whoever's
Right.
least conspicuous. Huh?
Oh, fuck it.
None of us really.
I'm orange now. I was green,
Oh, that's a good point.
but I'm not conspicuous.
Isn't
I
she
mean,
stealthy? Can she take the wagon out?
She's in the stable, supposedly.
Yeah, I'm not here.
So I think we're going back to the stables to pick up the rest of the horses and
Okay.
Remy.
Do you think, baby?
Yes, that.
So yeah, I'll I guess guide the wagon to back to the stables.
Okay.
You know.
It works. Your performance actually does work. You notice that these druids momentarily take interest in you because, number one, you're clearly from out of town. They haven't seen you before. But one of the things that probably will now impact you is you've made yourselves known. Not necessarily as part of this party, but, you know, I'm going to put this out there. You are now marked for the town of Samson as these two performers in Samson.
One
I'm
performer.
invisible.
Yep.
Sorry, one performer in Samson.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
I mean, can we do a little bit more? I have some funny ideas.
Well, maybe we let what unfolds. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you all pull the wagon
Okay.
back over to the stable. Okay. Moments later, Remy, the wagon pulls up. I'm assuming you'll eventually...
I'm gonna eventually kind of slip out and fly my way around town stealthily to the wagon.
And what are you doing with the invisibility?
Is there any way you can carry me?
I'm weak as fuck.
You're weak as shit.
Just walk your way to the stables.
Yeah.
Then
You're
yeah,
invisible.
yeah. Then I will
I have a 3 strength.
slip away as he slips away, and make my way to where they are.
All right. So the party eventually reconvenes at the stable. It is dark now. It's moving on towards about 8 o'clock. Branmorn reveals that he has acquired some ale and some wine and some lovely sandwiches. You can smell the food coming out of the bag that Branmorn holds. So
We should get down the road and eat.
Oh, hey.
Sorry, as I like fly up from like behind you.
Yeah, fucking shit.
It smells good, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure that I would have been informed
Would
about
you have filled
the,
me in about?
The crusty druid from way back when
fucking crusty
at the
druid.
Crooked House. We'll
the
try
one
to-
that's covered in all the fucking
Oh.
shit, branches, twigs.
That taught me how to use
Leaves.
the network.
the gutter punk druid. Yeah.
Got it.
There is a
What
network.
about him? Not important right now.
We saw
It's like
Naren Phage when we left Fork, didn't we?
you saw someone... No, I won't say that.
Someone made a comment about
Which the party made no response to whatsoever.
Yeah.
So there was 2 guards
Yeah.
talking about somebody who sounded like that, but nobody responded to that at all.
We should put
I remember hearing it. At the time I was invisible.
Correct.
When
You
I
were
was
not
leaving
there.
town.
Yeah.
I think that was on my perception check when I was leaving town, I think. When I was traveling. So clearly they are in the towns.
So we should get out.
We should get the fuck out of this
Should
town.
go now.
F out of H.
And I mean, I don't know about anyone else. Well, do I know that you just showed up invisible?
Sure, you would have showed up.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
I go poof.
Fuck. You sneaking up. Okay, so let's leave town.
Yes, let's go.
And
Let's go.
in future towns, I think we need to find a way to disguise ourselves.
Yes, we can discuss that on the road.
That's
Can
gonna be
I
really
put
relevant.
the seed
Really soon.
into a sort of with the sheets of lead that I've gotten?
Did
I'd
you
like,
make one?
I didn't make anything yet, but seeing him, I'd like to kind of put the seed in the corner of the wagon and kind of cover it as best I can with those 3 sheets of lead. And let's get going, because we
I
have
just want
things
to
to do.
confirm something about the heart, because I can't remember if you said it or not. Does it illuminate at all? Like, is there? Okay.
No.
Okay.
It does have a tonal
Yeah,
situation, but no glow.
Okay.
Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
You did.
I'm not dead. I hope not.
What is your Constitution currently with the bump that you got?
Currently, it's a 17
17.
with that +1 bump.
Double.
That's a 19.
A 19. You are noticing that, about 6 hours have gone by since I last asked you to do this. Since you last noticed that there is some kind of vitality effect on you. And as the hours pass, you got nails driven into your hoof as you're getting your shoes sort of reattached. You've stopped for a rest. You feel phenomenal. Add a +1 to your Constitution.
This is gonna have to level out somewhere.
Dude.
And who had it before me? Did Thrud experience this?
Thrud got a bump in Constitution of 1, but gave the thing away
Okay.
before there was time for anything else to happen. Now, I will tell you this. I want you to try and imagine Remy's state of being. You, as a druid especially, are handling this really powerful object, an object of legendary power. I am talking about one of the most powerful natural objects in the universe. I mean, for lack of a metaphor, this is like a tesseract, this thing. And you are feeling yourself grow more empowered by the moment. It is giving you a sense of confidence. It is giving you a sense of empowerment. And you're not questioning it at all.
Wow.
To answer Thrud's
us know.
question,
Naturally induced narcissism.
I'm answering you. I think I want to try something. Would it be okay if I sit in the wagon for a little bit while we go?
Yeah, sure. That's
You do know
What are we-
that the crusty
Yes.
druid is on our
Yes,
trail?
so we should go.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to sit with it for a little bit, if I could.
My one request would be to let us put some distance in between,
That's fine.
because we don't want to activate anything that
Yeah.
someone might detect.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's move.
Let's go.
Yep. We go.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you, Horsos. Yes. All right, so you head out of Samson and you continue north on the road. It is about 9 o'clock at night, so you're venturing off into the dark. The road is not, unpassable at night. You have a lantern that you could mount to a pole. There's a steel pole that sticks up off the corner of the cart with the shepherd's hook on the end that is made for a lantern. A little bit of searching under the actual seat of the cart reveals that there is an oil lantern that actually hangs on that. By illuminating that, there's a reflector on the back that actually shines light out onto the road, so you're able to see where you're going.
I also don't mind keeping watch and kind of guiding it because I have 120 dark vision.
Okay. So maybe you're traveling without the lantern, or you're traveling with the
I
lantern?
think I would opt for without, just to keep the stealthier approach.
Okay. All right, so you guys are in pitch black, moving north on this road.
I think once we get like an hour or so outside of the town, I think Remy would sit in the wagon, in like one of the corners of the wagon,
Okay.
and she wants to meditate with the heart.
Describe exactly what you're doing.
Oh God.
So
Oh God.
we don't know what's gonna happen. I would inform Thrud as the mom of the group if anything physiological to the land starts to happen to kind of pull me out of my meditative state. So if the color drains from the world, if I start to glow, like if anything abnormal.
Do I know if you trigger something on that, how you said, the mushroom network? This is my concern, huh?
I'm not
The
on the
people
ground.
that took this.
I can't connect to the network in the wagon. I have to be touching the ground.
Luckily for you, wood is not so conductive of energies.
I hear you, but I think it's worth trying.
I will keep a stern look on you, and if anything seems to be going wrong, I will be taking it away from you.
Okay. So Remy carries it in the satchel in her, like underneath her cloak. For this, she, kind of sitting crisscross in the wagon, kind of bringing it more centered, kind of to like your stomach chakra here. And she's gonna just get into her usual meditative state, not changing any other methods except bringing that more central.
All right. So you take this in. You begin to sort of deepen your breathing. You connect with this. You feel the weight of it in your lap as you sit there with it pulled up against you.
Really kind of focusing on all that you were describing, I was experiencing.
So that resonance begins to become louder, or are you just more tuned into it? Or is your body physiologically more capable of understanding it, but the resonance begins to almost have a visual appearance to it that you begin to see sort of in your deep meditative state that almost appears like a sine wave itself, where you can feel the variations in highs and lows and what little there are at such a deep resonating tone. Note the sine wave that's coming from Cersei's arms.
Not to be confused with cosine, which is like this.
Oh yeah, everyone knows that.
Same thing, but shifted.
All right, I'm going to have you roll that Constitution saving throw for me. You are currently at an 18 Constitution. Yeah. You're feeling this vibration course through you. You're feeling stronger.
That was only a 12.
Now that's with the modifier, right? Because as you go up, your modifier is plus 4.
It would have been a 13.
A 13. Okay, you're feeling all of this happen, but at this point you don't feel that initial surge. There is a warmth. There is a connectivity. You're starting to see things in your mind happen clearer.
Zooted.
I want to know exactly how long you intend to do this for.
She would probably do it, if all things are fine, for like an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
All right, so an hour, I am going to roll to see... I'm going to roll to see how many times you're going to make the Constitution saving throw in an hour.
Okay.
All right?
Nice.
I'm rolling a d6.
Okay.
That's 2 times.
Okay.
30 minutes goes by.
Little sip.
Roll the con save again. I will get to the rest of the party. I just kind of want to get this out of the way.
No, this is a good roleplay moment.
Sorry,
I respect
guys.
it.
It's a 23.
Was it a natural 20?
It was a 19.
It was a 19.
Yeah.
Little.
All right, so 30 minutes into this, you're feeling these gentle sort of what feel almost like these little spikes of
Does
potency.
it hurt?
It doesn't hurt, but it feels like a swell. It's like a
Okay.
and your body begins to sort of like feel almost as if your posture changes. The musculature around your upper body begins to kind of like fill a little bit. You clench one fist during your meditation and you almost feel like your very nails pierce right through the ball of your
What is
hand.
going on?
Add a constitution point, you're up to 19. That's in the first 30 minutes.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh shit.
Can I like explode? Like, is this like?
There is a certain kind of awareness that you're starting to have right now.
Okay.
Starts floating.
I want you to make, during this, before you make the last Constitution saving throw, I want you to make one Wisdom saving throw, or one Wisdom check for me. Wisdom check.
Okay.
This is like when Mary was
do-
playing with the eye, you know?
19, 16 plus 3.
That was good. I like that nerd reference.
I'd like to do an
Quite good.
insight check on Remy and see.
Go ahead and give me your
Because
insight.
I did have
Yes,
to
I know.
make sure that I'm
I know.
okay.
Go ahead and make your insight check.
That's an 18.
An 18.
Nice.
All right, then I'll describe this to both of you. You're deep inside this meditation and you feel this power growing within you. You do also notice that something in the physiology of your brain is actually beginning to change. And it almost feels as if it is growing a physical bond with the heart. Even though it is not physically coming out of your head, you are feeling something that is almost beyond what you are capable of handling as a sentient mortal being. Because this thing is now bonding with you.
Oh my god!
What
Wait. No, go on.
what you see with your 18 as Remy's sort of sitting there meditating is you do notice her posture change. You do every once in a while see a convulsive act on her part as she is experiencing this. Her face, for the most part, eyes closed, looks somewhat calm. There are muscle twitches in the face every once in a while, and then at one point you almost swear, like a case of mild encephalitis, you see her forehead swell momentarily and then go back down.
At that point,
I want you to make your last Constitution saving throw for me.
oh my god, I kind of hope
puts
I
a hand
fail.
on her shoulder
I kind of want
Okay.
another one.
and slowly tries
Now
to get
one
her
right
attention out of the meditative state,
Okay.
but not in an attempt
Was that
to
nat
not
20?
It's another 19.
jar her.
She's gonna start floating. Dude.
Okay.
Fucker.
Before I get to the results of that roll, Thrud does attempt to put her hand on your shoulder to sort of bring your awareness back to the current state of things. You're going to roll
Disadvantage.
a perception check with disadvantage
Okay.
because you are really far gone right now.
She's cooked,
She's
bro. She's
zooted.
cooked. You're gonna become a mound of like grass, like the last fucker.
With disadvantage?
No.
Oh no.
23.
What?
I have a +9 to my perception.
All right. So first of all, your roll, the Constitution roll that you made before,
Yeah.
is going to add one more to your Constitution, putting you at 20.
Christ.
Okay? You do become momentarily aware of Thrud's hand on you. Now, you said you were only going to do this for an hour, and I was supposed to roll 2 times for the hour. What do you want to do with Thrud's hand?
Eat it.
I will allow you the opportunity to make a decision about how you're going to respond to Thrud at this point, and give you the decision-making power.
You threw,
Is she getting
feel
any
Thrud's
more-
hand
is she getting any
gently
more
squeeze
confidence?
your shoulder,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll describe that in a second.
trying to infer some urgency.
In what Remy is feeling, I'm trying to figure out how she might weigh the two urgencies.
I will tell you this. The interruption makes you angry.
Oh shit. Maybe roll a
She
dice.
probably wouldn't listen if she's angry.
Simply because, from a druid's point of view,
This is miraculous.
This is miraculous. This is like
I'm
a
not gonna
form of
listen.
transcendence. You are.
Good job, Olivia. Good role play.
I'm not gonna she wouldn't listen. I don't want to metagame.
For a moment, when you put your hand on her, you almost feel as if her body tenses for a second, and then she goes
I'm
back.
horrified.
Now you are at the end of the hour-long
Okay.
meditation, so I think we're going to stop that there.
Okay.
But I'll describe what happens when you come out of that, but then I want to get back to the rest of the group for a second. You finish the meditation. We'll say that there's 5 minutes after Thrud puts her hand on you to sort of, finish out your meditation. As you bring yourself back to the presence of being in the cart with the heart of the Vassarine in your lap, you open your eyes and you look around and you see Thrud sitting in front of you with a very concerned look on her face, hand still outstretched as if she just pulled it away from your shoulder. There is a clarity that exists right now that is beyond your comprehension. You are actually able to see dimensionality and depth in the dark like you never could before. Okay? And you look around at everyone that's here and you realize immediately that they want to take that from you.
We're in Schizo D.
Oh my god.
Is in the meantime, is there anything going on the road?
You're traveling along and you haven't passed anyone. Nothing's happening, but we haven't gotten to that encounter roll yet. Would you like to roll that?
I think I should.
I think you should.
How are the
too.
corned beef sandwiches?
The corned beef sandwiches are phenomenal. As a matter of fact, that's, I'm guessing, what you've primarily been doing.
Oh yeah.
All right.
And drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Can
No, I didn't crack the
While
cask.
he's rolling, can I just
That's
ask
like
a clarifying question? That bond that I'm feeling,
Do you really think I'm an
would I
alcoholic?
think
No.
that's pulling
We're
it
okay.
away?
For my intuition
for
roll,
the
we're good.
party. Like
Pulling one away.
I'm happy with
Like,
it.
if it's growing with me, is it shrinking?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
18.
An 18.
Damn.
That face is crazy. Don's face.
Was
Don
my
literally
face
did this.
great?
I rolled and you
Which way?
went. You went.
we'll do it on the break.
I went for my dice.
We can do it.
Not gonna lie.
Oh, it's gonna be us versus Olivia and a green dragon.
I'm gonna. Fuck, man.
We're just gonna have to kill her.
Excuse me.
I mean, I'm a, if we need to
I'm
do
now
it.
connected
Character
to the heart.
reroll.
You killed me. You killed the earth.
Right. You're just traveling along. You've got your dark vision stretched out 120 feet. Mm-hmm. But about 200 feet up the road, beyond the scope of your dark vision, you see a small pinpoint of red-orange light.
Oh?
The cart's still moving, and so you're getting closer.
Yeah.
And as you get within the range of your dark vision, you see on the side of the road, slightly tilted to the side, another wagon. And standing behind the wagon appears to be an elderly man. And he's kind of like peering into the darkness right now because it sounds like he hears you coming, but he can't see you because you don't have anything lit.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Tell me what you're gonna do.
I am immediately stopping the wagon,
Okay, you pull up on the reins.
and I'm stealthily flying to the tree right behind him to kind of get like an overview of the situation, get a safety view.
Okay. Why don't you roll stealth for me?
That's what I'm talking about.
Damn.
Let's see. 25.
Damn.
This is crazy.
Okay. You
I'm on a tree.
stop the cart, fly up out of the cart high into the sky, circle around behind him, and land quietly in a tree. As you land, you look down and you see this older man, not elderly, but older. And the reason he looked elderly is because he's hunched over, like peering into the darkness. He's like looking. You look down and you notice that there is in fact a wagon there, and on a similar pole to yours with the shepherd's hook on the end of it, there is a lantern hanging. The wagon itself seems to have a wheel that looks like it's crooked, almost like it either came off the axle or is broken. And there's a horse patiently attached to the wagon standing in front of it. And the man, a few minutes later, no longer hears the cart, stops, and goes back to digging through what looks like a box of tools in the back of the wagon.
The bat just drops out of the sky.
I'm
Oh.
going to. Can I throw my voice?
you throw your voice?
Yeah.
I think that would probably be a performance check.
Okay. I'm gonna throw my voice as I say, do you need help?
Jesus.
What'd you get on the performance check?
And a heart attack.
You can drop dead.
That's gonna be a 16.
He strokes out.
A 16?
Yeah.
He wheels around on one heel and he's like, "Who's there? I knew I heard somebody coming. Show yourself."
I mean no harm, I'm just concerned. Are you okay?
I do need help. I've got a broken wagon wheel. I'm out here in the dark by myself. You can imagine how scared this is.
Could you turn on your light?
My light is on.
Oh, sorry. My dark vision is my eyes.
Dark vision.
I can't see. It's just I'm getting. I'm a lot less threatening now.
Yeah, clearly.
Do you want us to help you?
Us.
Do you need help?
I do.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go back to the wagon, find Thrud, because I'm weak as hell.
So you get mom?
I go to the back of my Thrud.
I'm busy right now.
Thrud.
What's up, Calagenia Light?
Wait, what do I see when I picture like the camera comes into the wagon. I talk to Thrud, and then they speak to Calagenia Light, and I look at them. What do I see when I turn to look at?
You see the Remy that you've known since joining with this party,
Yeah.
except I would say if there's any difference to Remy, her eyes are a little wider, and she looks a little bit more alert.
She's cooked.
Oh, did you take anything?
What? Take anything? And so do I
You
just
seem to be
immediately
very concerned with
perceive
people's
anybody as,
ingestion
like,
of different
a threat
substances.
to-
But I'm having
No, but you have a
conversation with her
general
right now.
low-level
Give me one
suspicion
second.
about
There's a
everybody
person
at this
up
point.
ahead.
We'll deal
Part
with
of that
in a
comes
minute.
from a
I'm more
superiority
concerned about
complex that you kind of are
Okay.
experiencing
Yeah.
right now.
Okay.
Are you strong?
Fuck no.
that. Something happened to you. I saw it. I felt it.
I'm good.
The head swell.
All things considered, I think that
Growing.
it's prudent for us to try to keep the heart in under wraps.
Yep.
And I would like to make a container for it because I do not like the way that I saw it interact with you while you were meditating.
Oh, she is.
It seemed to have taken a bit of a sideways turn, and I don't know that you are completely who you are when you started communing with that. We know how much this changed Calagenia. We both saw it. We saw the corruption that it had, and it anchored him in place. And I am very concerned with your experience with the network that somehow someone will be able to see us do this. I don't want to take it away from you, but I do want to protect us all from it.
Roll an insight check for me. What'd you say?
I'm keeping an eye on this gentleman as
Down the road.
as this is happening. I'm kind of like,
Well, he kind of stood for a little while after you left, but now he's back in the wagon looking for something.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Damn.
For a moment, you believe her. You're feeling like she's being genuine with you.
That's mom right there.
I hear you. And I don't know what happened on the outside. But that was something I have never experienced before. And it is something that I think holds a great amount of power. But I hear your concerns.
Look at me now. You know me. You understand how I tend to be a little bit flippant and an asshole. I'm not
Yep.
being that asshole right now.
I know.
I've seen how this has affected people. You have seen that. You lost your mother due to this, yeah? I do not think on the road is a prudent place for us to explore its powers. we should get it to where it needs to go. Then we can intervene with it. I understand its draw. I felt it too.
Oh, yeah.
But it concerns me that we start playing with it. We saw what happened when we put it merely into a ring and took it out of here. I do not think it is wise for us to tamper with it or commune with it or try to access that power right now where we are being followed. I would like to keep it safe with you. I do not wish to take it from you.
Okay.
I do not like the way that your head bulged out and you suddenly look like a man with elephant tusks. It was not pretty, and you're a pretty young girl. Nice. So, I'm concerned, but I do not want to take it from you. But what I would like to do is the sheets of lead that we got, I would like to fashion something to protect us and it from the rest of the realm.
Okay. Remy would let Through do that, but would not fully let go of it.
How do you intend to do that?
So, in terms of Through measuring or figuring out how much is needed, it won't leave my possession. It's almost like if you're holding like this, it's like, okay, you can measure to it, but I'm not giving it to you.
Damn.
You're going to need to give it to me to put it into the vessel that I'm going to make for it.
I can put it in the vessel that you make for it. I agree that it needs to be housed, but I don't think it can leave me.
Listen to your words. Objectively listen to your words. Your mother died because of this seed.
Is that insight still, like, would that hit me as hard as it had?
I would say the dirty 20 on the insight check would stick, and that
Okay.
this all revolves around this conversation.
Okay.
I will say that, okay, let's just talk about the nature of an insight check, right? You're listening to Thrud's words, you cock your head to the side and you think about what she's saying, right? The 20 allows you to see one side of it. Had you sort of decided to go to the other side, like what are the other options of what you could see there? You could obviously smell suspicion. You could obviously smell deceit. You could smell something that was, potentially working against what would be the best thing for you. I'll let you decide how that went based on your role. But right now you feel like Thrud is speaking to you in a way that is genuine and has your interests in mind.
I trust you. And if it begins to take steps farther into turning me against who I am without it, then I'll let you have the reins of it. But for now, I think it needs to stay with me.
I'm not addicted. I quit when
Can you back up for just 1 second? Because I did not quite follow.
If
You said about who you are.
So in Olivia speaking, if it gets worse, like if Remy starts to depersonalize more, then rip the bottle out of the alcoholic's hand type deal.
Oh, that's going to be a fun showdown. Don't know that I'm actually looking forward to that, but all right.
That's my compromise.
And I will take it for now. Compromise, that is, not the seed, but
Before I get back to the Papillon Man in the Wagon story, you started with a 17 Constitution. You have gone up 3 points to a 20 Constitution. What's your hit die?
An 8.
Her stuff isn't fixed yet.
What?
Like, her bonuses haven't been applied.
That's okay.
My hit die is an 8.
Yeah, I get that. I want you to roll 3d8 and add that number to your temporary hit points.
That's nuts, dude. So, is anybody going to help me with
Thrud's
this
insight
wagon?
check? understand that too.
Remy's physical appearance seems to have
Jacked.
bolstered. Yeah, she feels kind of jacked. Like that gentle, lithe satyr look feels a little more toned. And there's a kind of...
I'm huge.
I'm huge.
Not huge, but there's kind of like a forwardness to her posture that's now kind of like, come at me.
Tuesday.
She's a fucking roided up.
It's kind of like she's roided. Yeah, a little bit.
There's a man. Yeah, roided. Does anybody want to come help me with this wagon? There's a man up there.
Sure.
Okay, I think all together we can.
Are we just gonna leave the horses here and walk
Maybe
up,
we
or
leave
just
someone here.
I think you and I should stay here.
And the three
I'm
of
getting
us.
trips at now, man.
So we're gonna send the bat that has no strength.
No.
The
I can
elf
use.
that has barely any
I
strength.
can use
Really like
dexterity in
without the
place of
babysitter
strength for
right
some
now?
things.
Hold on, I can't. There's too many things
Sorry.
happening at once.
Sorry.
I can take watch for you. If you, the strong woman, want to go help the wagon,
I came to you first.
I will take your job. She will be safe with me.
We do have a bond. If it makes you.
That's what concerns
Okay.
me. I know how much trouble the two of you can get into.
Right, but like not the type of trouble that's gonna end the world. You know, by her turning into, Calagenia, who is in her blood. So.
Cersei seemed pretty fucking concerned about, me having the thing and fucking up with it. So
I
maybe
trust
she's
Cersei.
Genuine.
Cersei is good.
Insight checker.
Yes.
Meta game.
Yeah.
Sorry,
The
don't
hell?
do it then.
Thrud,
Don't do it then.
Thrud pulls Cersei aside.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I do not know if you saw what I saw. This is very serious.
I trust you.
This is not something that we should trifle with.
I know.
We could lose her.
And
And if you care of her, you will keep an eye and not risk anything.
okay. I understand.
Now, what do we have to do? Fix a wagon wheel?
Can we go talk to this guy? He's up there. His wagon is broken down. I saw it's actually broken. So
Thrud will grab the 3 plates of lead that she purchased as well and go with her hammer and her tongs.
you know what this is giving? This is giving like Mom, I threw up type vibe. Or there's a monster under the bed type vibe.
Oh my
You know what I
God.
mean?
All right, so you're taking what now?
I'm taking the 3 sheets of lead.
Yeah.
I'm taking I have a small hammer and a small pair of tongs. So roughly tools that I would need to use
You're
to
coming
fix
too?
a wagon.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have an ulterior motive when I go to this.
Whole lot of gang shit walking up.
So it's like Reservoir Dogs at this point
Yeah.
A bat.
with 3.
The poor man is getting
A
like.
bat,
Bat,
an
a genie.
orange flaming elf, and
A woman, a hairy woman.
a hairy dwarf woman.
All right.
So who's going along?
Us.
I'm saying.
The 3 of you.
Yeah.
All right. So the 3 of you are walking up the road in the dark, and as you're approaching, the man again wheels around, and with your dark vision, you do or don't?
60.
Okay, so with your dark vision, you see him wheel around, and he's like, "Who's that?"
It's me, the same man from before.
All right, well, I could use a hand here. If you come to rob me, I don't have anything to give, but
We're not interested in your trifles and your treasures. You have a problem with your wheel?
I do. I broke my wheel. I haven't been able to keep moving. I'm on my way down to Samson, and I'm kind of stranded here.
Thrud closes the gap a little bit and goes to investigate
I
the wheel.
will throw an insight check on that.
Go ahead and make the roll for me.
Get it, baby.
17.
How close are you to him?
This would have been, my dark vision starts at 60, so I'm gonna say within that probably like 45-ish.
So you're still pretty far away.
We're still a little ways away.
He seems to have dirt or mud or something smeared on his face, probably from working on the cart. He appears to be very nervous. My guess is he's scared because, he's out alone in the dark, did not intend to be here. But with your 17, I will say something feels off.
Which direction is the cart facing? Like what
Towards
direction
Samson,
was
I'm
he
guessing.
traveling?
North.
The other way.
Oh.
The same way we were traveling.
Yeah.
Freak.
Oh, that's weird.
Where were you headed? Where were you coming from?
Well, I was headed down to Samson, but when I broke the wheel, the horse got spooked and spun me around in the road.
Can I look on the road for like marks of spun?
Ooh.
Sure. Yeah, you can. And they're there. You do see them. You don't really need that. You can see that there are some tracks that look like there was a little bit of a disruption in the road. So it doesn't entirely sound like he's lying, but I'm going to say that things are starting to add up to be a little bit amiss.
Anything extra from a 25 perception?
From a 25 perception?
Yeah,
Yes. How close are you?
I'm pretty close.
And you have 120 feet of dark
Yeah.
vision? The side of his wagon is smeared with blood.
What the fuck?
No.
Sir. I'm gonna kind of walk up to Sir. There's blood on the side of his wagon. I don't trust this at all.
As Papillon says that, and you look at the man, the mud that appears to be on his face is also caked a little thick, like blood.
It's a lovely night for a little bit of gore, eh?
Oh my god.
My God, bro!
Turns and looks at you, and he's like, "What? What do you mean?"
As this is going down, can I clock my way around his wagon?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to catch like the flank, see if anybody's gonna jump out on us.
Okay. Roll another perception for me. I'm going to make you roll another one.
I would also like to roll a perception.
24.
Okay, and what are you looking for, Through?
I want to look and see what I can see about the actual wagon wheel, and if there is the wagon covered. Does it look like there is anything in the wagon?
Okay. And you're looking
24.
for... There doesn't appear to be anyone else here.
That's another.
Now I'm gonna kind of just, slowly and silently work my way around so I have his back on the
Okay.
other side of the wagon.
16.
A 16. You see that... give me 1 second. I got to look at my chart here.
Oh my god, there's a chart.
There's always a chart.
That's like never a good sign. No!
Oh,
You kind of investigate this cart. You're looking. The wagon wheel does, in fact, appear to be broken. His story, if it weren't for the blood, seems to hold up because the wagon wheel's broken. There is some visible dirt disruption in the road as if the horse did, in fact, get spooked. And the cart is, in fact, covered. The tarp is rolled back just enough that it looks like he was able to reach into the back of the cart looking for tools, which is what Papillon saw from a distance. There is also what appears to be inside the cart, just inside of your vision on that roll,
Oh my god.
like a canvas tarp with rope wrapped
get
around
the
it.
fuck out of here.
And it almost appears like there's a body.
Is there a smell?
Is there a smell? No, and on that perception roll I would say no, there's no smell like death.
Fresh kill.
Not as good as a ring, am I right?
Do you notice that? You notice the body.
Maybe you left.
So you see, no, I'm on the other side. Like, so what I'm picturing is like a side here, the guy is there, right? Thrud kind of walks up on that side.
So
I'm on the other side.
You have 120 dark vision.
Yep.
I have 60.
Yeah.
I can still see you. You're roughly 60
Yeah.
feet from me.
I'm on the other side of the wagon. I'm guessing like 20 feet from you.
I'm going to. Can I give you a high sign?
I immediately catch that, Todd. I'm going to kind of stealthily catch a look inside the wagon.
Roll stealth for me. I want to see if you can hide your actions on this.
Do you see what I see?
Can I get advantage?
No?
Where's
gonna be a-
looking?
So you're caught.
13.
How's that going to be?
13?
What's up?
The old man sees you look. As a matter of fact, let me just double check that. The old man sees you look. And he kind of like turns to you and is like, all right, listen. There's no need for things to get out of hand here.
I'm not looking for anything to get out of hand. It just seems a little
Trips
bit dicey, huh?
I am.
What's in the wagon?
Christ.
Where y'all from?
What's in the wagon, friend?
Where are you from, friend?
Here and there.
Everywhere.
What in the poetry?
He kind of like studies the three of you. And he's like, you're an interesting bunch of people. My guess is that you're not affiliated with the law. And kind of sizes you up and down a little bit, glances at you. He's like, and I'm gonna guess that you're not necessarily the do-good police. I didn't expect to have this breakdown, and it's unfortunate because I was trying to get something accomplished here to help my family. Yeah, I got someone in the cart. He's currently sleeping.
Permanently?
Permanently?
No, it's not worth anything to me dead. I knocked him out. Yeah, I'm a little bloody because the fight was a little rougher than I thought. And you see him, he pulls his collar back and he's got a good-sized gash on the back of his neck. He goes, the other guy's not in such good shape. He's like, there's a ransom I'm holding this guy for. Help me fix this wheel. I can hook you up with 50 gold. I'm not strapped right now. I'm not in good shape, but I can clean up with this guy. Help me get a fresh start.
Inside check.
Go for it.
19.
19, he seems like he's coming clean. All of a sudden his nervousness has shifted in a kind of way that says it's not that kind of fake nervousness about how he might get attacked. I mean, he probably had a little of that genuinely, but now he seems to be more in a mode of a plea.
We'll help you on a condition. Understand that this is, you could be very simply viewed as one of two ways. A person who is in genuine need of some help, or a person that is about to spring a trap. Know that we are suspicious of this and we are ready for it, and it will not be pleasant for you.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I think that's a pretty insightful thing. You strike me as some pretty wise adventurers, for sure.
I still would like to kind of from the front side, away from where they're speaking, open up, or not open up, but like look under the tarp. I want to get a good look under there. See if this person's breathing, see if there's anything else that tells a story in there.
All right, so you lift the tarp, and he kind of like turns and looks at you for a second, and you lift it up, and sure enough, there is a wrapped body in there. The head is actually out. It was in the shadows. It looks like the head's been hit with a club. There's a pretty good exposed wound on the head. The body's laying there, and it's just kind of like... He's breathing. He's snoring.
I am, Now, this man's story was that he was going to sell this person for ransom?
He seems to be a nobleman. He's got good skin, despite the gash. His hair is neatly trimmed.
I am going to check his pulse. I am not going to check his pulse as Rich. I am going to kind of walk up to him, make it look like I'm checking his pulse, and with my like 2 fingers on his neck, I'm going to cast Hand of Healing and heal him of let's see this shit.
Why? You do realize what's in our wagon?
So this is a nobleman that's bound.
Yep.
When I cast Hand of Healing, I can also end one of the following conditions: blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned, or stunned.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast Hand of Healing.
Is there like a spare wheel, just like, you know, he's getting ready to put a spare wheel on, or is he trying to like...
He looks like he's trying... It looks like the spindle on the axle
It's
itself is
messed
just
up.
bent. Yeah, so it looks like he was looking to hammer that straight.
Dude, how do you think we're going to fix this wheel? I'm not that strong.
That's going to be 7 points of healing, Todd.
7 points of healing.
And I'd like to clear any one of those conditions if there is one on
What
it.
were the conditions again?
Blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned, or stunned.
He doesn't have any of those. He's unconscious. But the 7 points of healing immediately causes him to take a breath. And there's a moment where you actually see the gash on his head begin to momentarily clear up and heal, and he comes to life. Now he's got a gag in his mouth, like pulled pretty tight. You're going to open it?
Oh my
He's
god.
like, you there! What's it? And immediately the old man, like, kind of springs to action. He's like, what have you done? And he reaches underneath his belt and he pulls out a dagger, and now he's in like a defensive position. And the nobleman is pissed. He's like, where am I? What's going on here? Who's got me tied up? Who are you? And we're gonna take a break.
Edge.
Great.
We're gonna take a break.
Great.
I want to hear both
want
sides of the story.
problems,
I want to hear
don't
both
you?
sides of the story.
You want problems
He's playing his
perpetually.
alignment, which is fair. All right, you guys, so I'm going to play a 15-minute reel for you that's going to put us on break. We will be back shortly, and I'm going to see if I can get this thing to go off for once in my life without any problems.
Oh my god.
Let's see if we can make this happen.
Maybe.
Garrett, can you help me?
Come at me.
Hello, and welcome to Bag of Holding, a segment where I make magic items for you to take and use in your own tabletop games. On Bag of Holding, I essentially yap about a magic item that I've created that you can use in your own games. Each magic item has 3 tiers for 3 different points in a narrative of a campaign. The first tier is the Discovered tier, which is meant for roughly a 3rd or 4th level character after the item is initially found and used. The Improved tier, the 2nd tier, is made for roughly a 10th level character, which is a bit more powerful. Finally, the 3rd tier, the Perfected tier, is meant for use for about a 15th level character. This is when it starts to get insane. This time, on Bag of Holding, we're talking about the Razor Rose. In its discovered form, the Razor Rose is a rare, wondrous item that requires attunement by a spellcaster. This item is a far realm parasite, crimson in color, that affixes itself to an attuned creature's left shoulder. It resembles a viscous red mass the size of a generic shoulder pad, with small teeth poking out in a circular pattern. In its discovered form, the Razor Rose has 2 perks: Thorned Defense. In its discovered form, the Razor Rose grants +1 to your armor class. Eldritch Healing. Once a day, you can cast the False Life spell without expending a spell slot. In its improved form, the Razor Rose keeps its original properties and gains a cosmetic improvement. In addition to that, its first 2 perks gain a buff, and it gains a 3rd perk. Thorned Defense now grants you a +2 to armor class. For Eldritch Healing, you can cast the False Life spell once per short or long rest instead of once a day. You also gain Song of the Far Flower. You cast a spinning mass of thorns from the Razor Rose. As an action on your turn, you can summon a Whirling Thorn. A Whirling Thorn has an armor class of 10, hit points equal to 10 plus your Constitution modifier, and a movement speed equal to yours. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the Whirling Thorn and command it to attack. Its attack bonus is your spellcasting ability modifier. On a successful hit, the Whirling Thorn deals 1d12 necrotic damage. You can have 1 Whirling Thorn summoned at a time. After you have no more Whirling Thorns left, you cannot use this feature again until you finish a short or long rest. Lastly, in its perfected form, the Razor Rose keeps its original properties, as well as gaining yet another cosmetic improvement. Thorned Defense now grants a +3 to your armor class. Eldritch Healing also gets a buff. Once per short or long rest, you can cast the False Life spell without expending a spell slot. When cast in this manner, it restores lost hit points instead of granting temporary hit points. Song of the Farflower also sees a buff. On a successful hit, the Whirling Thorn now deals 2d12 necrotic damage, and you can now have 2 Whirling Thorns summoned at a time. If you have more than 1 Whirling Thorn summoned and command an attack, both attack simultaneously. After you have no more Whirling Thorns left on the field, you cannot use this feature again until you finish a short or long rest. You also gain the Razor Rose's capstone ability, the Blooming. As an action on your turn, you awaken the power of decay within the rose, releasing a 20-foot radius sphere of eldritch spores centered on you, which lasts for 1 minute. The radius grants the following benefits. You and any allied creature standing within the radius gains resistance to necrotic damage. Every attack you successfully hit with while this feature is active deals an extra 2d8 necrotic damage. The radius is considered difficult terrain for any hostile creature within it. If a Whirling Thorn is within the radius, its damage is doubled. After you use this feature, you cannot use it again until you finish a long rest. And that's that for the Razor Rose. Currently, we don't have awesome art for this awesome item. We do, however, have a link to our Discord server in the description of this video, which you can use to access and send us awesome art. But don't worry, we will never use your art without permission or compensation. So submit away and let's see what you've got. And this has been Bag of Holding. Please like and subscribe, join our Discord server, all of the things. We would love to have you on at any adventures here at Wither and Bloom Studios.
Hi, my name is Richard Froman, and I am going to be playing Papillon. Papillon is a bright-eyed and bushy-tailed young man. He is of the age of 21 years old, and he is half bat, half human folk. They are known as the Gloom folk. And he comes from the beautiful city of Oblivion's Roost. Now, Oblivion's Roost was built out of the stalactites of a cliff that overhangs the ocean. It's beautiful, it's peaceful, it's artistic, it thrives. And Papillon loves his life there. He hails from a family of artistes, and he is the youngest of 7. Born a year before Papillon is his brother Corvo. But you see, Corvo is not an artiste. You see, he was one might say, he felt as an outcast. And the closest brother to him was Papillon, but even then there was some kind of wall between them. Corvo just felt different. But in secrecy, Corvo trained martial arts, and Papillon discovered this. And also watched him train, and trained on his own. And in Papillon's mind, this brought them together. They had this mutual appreciation for an art. You see, Papillon was a dancer, but dancing and fighting are very similar. And Papillon felt close to his brother, but his brother didn't know. And one day his brother was gone, and the family was distraught, and he was put into ruin, and everyone missed him, but Corvo didn't know this, apparently. And Papillon seems to blame himself because he never had the courage to tell his brother that he was also interested in this martial arts, and they had this bond. And he felt that if he was more courageous, maybe his brother would still be around. So he decided to set out, tell his brother, and let him decide then if he truly wants to leave and never come home. And if he chooses that, Papillon believes that he would be able to let him go. But he wants to be courageous like his brother. So he set out to find him.
God, Jay.
That's the end of that really cool antique.
Whoa! I'm so sorry. I meant to.
Yo, we need.
Followed his brother.
Is that me?
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's okay.
I'm just scrolling.
Interesting area because there's this already, but there's a formation of 3 jetties, and those 3 jetties sort of surround and create a bay.
No, I'm not getting in on this noise-making monstrosity. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I'll somehow edit out your gluttony.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
All right.
I play Circe. Who is Sorcerer Wood Elf from Emberfell? Elder Grove. I always mix up.
That's bad.
I know. Hey, Creaky McLeadfoot.
Wait, that might be Grandma.
You are not gonna get a voice out of me. My friend didn't breathe in water. He fucking died in water. I'm not going in the water. It's not happening. What are you doing? Not gonna get a voice out of me. No. Wild.
Don't look at me with that, bro. This is how you hit me. You were looking up here and you said, dude, I'm gonna fall in love. You better stop, bro.
La 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 la.
I had a funny one. But guys, we're talking about my ex-wife today. Daggerheart, baby. Get it? I'm sorry.
Oh, that was funny. Oh, I totally got that wrong.
Oh, hello. I'm Eric, and I play Thrud Volender, a female mountain dwarf forged and main cleric. Thrud's clan hails from Frostholm, a hub of production and industry in the region north of Ironhold, nestled between the hard Fury Expanse and the treacherous ices known as the Bond of Gravenwich. At the base of the cliffs of Frostholm sits the Forge of Ivaldi, which has functioned as temple to Thrud's clan for generations. The Forge of Ivaldi serves as their cultural center of their strength and spirituality, as well as the heart of their economic survival through function and form. Thrud's strength, wisdom, and constitution far outweigh her charisma. If she does not like you, you'll definitely know about it very quickly. However, she has a pure heart and finds herself nurturing over those who have found a way to break through the icy demeanor that reflects her upbringing among the cold ice. She's found herself emerging as sort of a den mother for a pack of scrappy travelers. With the past loves of her life embedded in her extremely ornate and mighty handcrafted battle axe named Tyr, she protects what warms her chilled heart with furious power and steadfast conviction. Come check her out. You might like her.
We're gonna come back from the break.
And we're back.
Okay. Let me make sure the lights are on. Yeah, so that's not cool.
Yeah, we threw a.
Oh my god!
Somebody threw a
I'm
stink
really
bomb
sorry. I
in here.
really didn't mean it. It was a funny joke and it just happened.
So
okay,
the
Mr.
Bears have to get
Poop
colonics before they come in.
Holy
there.
shit.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to keep my composure. Hi, everybody. We're back from break.
And let's go back to this really
We try to
tense
normally
moment.
come back from break like professionally and ready to play. Not this time.
Todd told an inappropriate
I
joke.
failed my
and we
con
tuned it.
save.
On the extension cord.
I think we need to up the ante on the music here a little bit.
What?
Because when we went to break, we had some pretty interesting stuff start to unfold. So Papillon cast a restorative spell. What was the spell you cast?
It's actually Hand of Healing. It's
Hand-
my monk's way of mercy ability.
Right, Hand of Healing onto a bound and gagged prisoner who is a noble in the back of this cart. And he immediately sprang to life. He's furious, he's confused, he's mildly injured. And the gentleman driving the wagon, not that he's a gentleman, is also furious and has drawn a dagger. So we are in a heated moment right now. Currently, Remy and Cersei are back at the wagon, your own wagon. The three of you are present for this. What are we doing?
I want to hear both stories now. I said that loud enough for our peeps to hear in the wagon.
I want you to roll
about you
persuasion
shout it
or
200
intimidation
feet?
for me.
Intimidation?
Intimidation or persuasion.
We got. Okay. It's going to be a 15.
A 15.
Let's go for persuasion.
The nobleman immediately sort of calms down. A persuasion upon hearing you. Maybe the gentleness of your voice. Maybe the man who drives the cart also sort of stops for a moment. He's got the dagger in the air, but he does pause. The nobleman's like looks around, and it's hard because he's currently still tied up, so his head is sort of wrenching back and forth in the back of the cart. And he was like, "I was taken from my home by some brute. It was hit on the head. I put up a fight. I lost consciousness, and I'm only waking up now. Beyond that, I don't know."
Is this the brute?
He can't see. He's rolled and facing the wrong direction. You roll him over. He looks and he's like, "Him. That's him. He was watching me for days in Elder Grove."
Care to explain yourself?
I've already told you what's going on here. I can't voice what I'm doing in front of this man while he's conscious. I thought we had a deal.
I'm sorry.
Nobleman turns and looks at you and he's like, "Oh, you're working with them."
I am not working with this man. We found him on the side of the road. His wagon has lost a wheel. I want to know both sides of the story before I side with a bloody man.
I will have you know that the minute I get back to Elder Grove, I will contact the magistrates and have you hung.
Me?
Isn't that not you? Him. This is an outrage. Untie me at once.
Should?
He was already asleep. Could have just fixed the wheel and moved on. Now we have this shit show.
I want to make sure that
I understand that you wanted to make sure
an
everything
innocence
was
could be
just.
an innocent life.
Do we really have time for this?
No.
I don't know. I guess not. I'm sorry.
Thrud walks over to the man with the dagger, kind of on the sly, not too loudly so that the nobleman does not hear, but you mentioned their family?
Aye.
What does this man have for you? Just coin? You need coin for your family? Or is there some type of deep wrong that is happening from this person? Is he one of these thanes that takes to exploit those who work their way through the
You
fields?
know about this. You understand.
Care to explain?
The thanes are the ones that are profiting off of other people's exploited labors. We ran into this at the Crooked House. We ran into this in North Veritas. It's just people gleaning money off of other people's hard work and labors.
I have been paying attention to this nobleman for weeks, following and tracking his maneuvers. He is one of the key emissaries between the Elder Grove government and the North Veritas economy. He works directly with the Thanes in North Veritas. He's a key element in the trade situation and all that produce that travels to Afari. He's infinitely rich. My wife is sick. My family can barely keep food on the table. They're doing nothing for us. Somebody would easily drop 1,000 or 5,000 gold pieces just to keep this man from being bruised. That could keep my family alive for years.
Insight check.
Okay.
That's going to be a 13.
He's telling the truth.
Thrud takes her small hammer and whacks the fucking Thane on the head with it. Knocks him out the game.
Eat the rich.
Good night.
Given that he's bound still, that attack is going to connect automatically, and you are easily able to deal enough hit points to knock him
Would
back
she
out.
accidentally crack his skull?
Probably
Don't
not.
care. But, I have a little bit of experience swinging hammers. So, I know how much to hit a piece of steel. I know how much to hit the skull.
I'm
I
sorry.
just want them to sleep.
I'm
I
sorry.
am a piece of shit,
As
and
you
I
make
don't care.
this connection,
No. To hit a piece of steel or to hit a piece of shit.
Yes.
There you go.
Split.
this is probably technically somewhere in between those two textures, but yes.
Yes.
Fucking dick. Wow.
He slumps back down in the car.
All right. Thrud takes the 3 plates of lead that she had with her, but had left on the ground when people started pulling daggers and waking people up out. But she likes to put 1 piece of this shielding underneath the 3 good wheels that are still working. From there, she would like to take some other trees around here, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We would take a piece of the 50-foot of rope that she has, tying it around the bent axle, right, and throwing it over a tree, and says to both of you, do me a favor, give a good hard pull.
I am.
Are you gonna help
I'm
us?
annoyed.
Are you gonna
upset.
help us?
I'm flying back to the wagon. I don't want to be a part of this.
Okay.
You're flying back to the wagon.
Actually, I love the way Papillon's playing this out.
I'm going to
Fucking-
start bringing the wagon up to us.
This
Okay.
fucking guy.
They are knocking people out and helping weird bloody men in the middle of the night. So.
Okay. All right.
I think maybe your background is a little too rich.
He's gone.
I'm not even there.
Yeah, he flew back to the wagon.
Fine. I'm now I'm Thrud is getting a little pissed at this point, yeah, because she's obviously being corrupted by some type of seed that is going to rectify or destroy the world and a third of all the people living in it. We've got a simple broken wheel, but then it becomes this intellectual struggle about the socioeconomic Thane existence, and Thrud just wants to keep moving because we have a place to go, we have a direction, we have things to do. Can I fix the damn thing and go?
The guy who actually works the wagon, the guy that you're helping out here, he jumps in, grabs
I was
a
gonna
hold
say,
of the
can
rope.
he help pull it?
Yes,
Because
and
I'm
he's-
not the strongest.
He's
for-
got some strength to him. He's
All right,
fairly
good.
capable.
So I would like to use my. I will use the handle of Tyr and wedge that in around the axle and try to bend that up with the help of them pulling up on it and the
Chorizo.
weight of hopefully utilizing some leverage with the rope to be able to straighten that out enough to put the new wheel on.
Okay.
Now the thing about the lead plate, yeah. I would like to, once we get that on and I can put that wheel back on. It's slightly muddy, softish earth.
Yeah.
So I want to slowly have the horse come and wheel over all 3 of those plates and then back up and then come. I'm going to shift the plates a little bit to the right. Have the horse come over onto those plates again. Back up.
You're using
shift
the wheel
them.
as a brake.
Fucking weak
Yes.
bitch.
And I'm going to make each of those into a curved style basically just trying to make them a little bit curved so that I can make a cylinder that would encapsulate a seed.
Well, number one, given your ability with, forge situations and understanding how to work metal, given the description that you just gave me of using the wheel as a physical forgery tool, like a cold working tool, this wouldn't be hard for you. I mean, it would take a little bit of time. It's lead, it's soft, it's going to move pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So you're able to sort of not only fix the wagon, but put this all together. Give me a dexterity check, just in general, or strength, whichever you prefer, whichever works better for you.
So, 15.
Okay, so you're able to sort of take care of all of this inside of 15 to 20 minutes and getting everything back to the way that you need it. You have driven the wagon back up to this location. You're able to kind of see what's going on at this point. And you kind of take care of business. Now the farmer, this guy who's got the wagon, he kind of turns to you and kind of gives you a very respectful nod, claps you on the back, and he's just like, thank you. This could have been really bad for me, and I think an end possibly to my family if I was not able to pull this off. I'm still a criminal. I'm still going to do the best I can here.
Desperate people have been known to render desperate deeds. I do not care for these Richards that like to take the money off of other people and their hard work. So, keep your money, keep your coin. I don't
You don't want
it.
anything.
Move on. I want to be done with this whole situation. Third jumps into the back of the wagon, our wagon, and saddles up next to Remy.
Could we?
You have a blessed journey.
I'm not
I
saying
really
nothing
appreciate
to
that.
We
nobody.
have spoken while this is happening. While this
Did you
was
have
all
anything to
happening?
ask?
It didn't
Yeah.
mean anything
Okay,
by the
then we
Richards.
probably
Yeah, I
would
was
have
like,
been
money.
talking.
Then we should ask for a scene.
They want a
got nothing
scene,
but love
Todd.
for you.
They want a scene while we were gone.
All right, Cersei and Remy want a scene while this is
I don't-
happening. Go for it.
Sure. So, I mean, what are you doing?
Sitting.
You're just sitting?
Yeah.
How I wasn't paying too much attention, but how are you feeling?
I feel great.
You feel great?
Yeah.
Because Thrud seemed really concerned, like you might not feel so great.
I don't know what Thrud saw,
Right?
but I have never felt this great.
Yeah. Do you mind? I understand where I'm coming from. I care about you. I'm concerned. This is a very weird shift in your behavior. Do you mind if I just take a peek inside your brain?
What?
Just peek.
Is it gonna hurt?
Like, no, not at all. I'm just gonna look at your thoughts.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So with that, I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
the fuck?
And I'm gonna try to probe pretty deep into what's happening. Try to just like get a glimpse of what's going on inside Remy's brain
Buy me
and what
dinner
connection there
first.
may be to this force of the heart.
All right. Now you're going to allow Cersei to probe deeper. And you're aware of the fact that Cersei's casting Detect Thoughts on you.
Yeah.
So we're going to allow that part of it to happen. So what I'll do is I will share this experience. I'll allow you first to tell Cersei what she might glean from that experience, and then I'll add to that. How about that?
Okay. In terms of what exactly are you looking
So-
at in my brain?
I'm trying to sense how you are really feeling. Like, not just at the forefront, but the part of you that's, always residing in the back of your head. As well as what interactions are happening between this force and, like, how is that actually interacting with your brain?
Remy is feeling a lot of energy that's reflected in terms of like power and oh my god, what's the word? Oh my god, what is the word? Courage?
Yeah.
Like courage, power, and above all else, she is totally infatuated with how connected she feels to the earth. Like she is on cloud 9 of like the biggest, almost like when people find like the biggest archaeological find, like when people find a fossil and they're like, oh my god, pieces are going together.
Right.
It's very much like, holy shit.
So you're like manic about the earth.
Kind about
too.
well,
Manic and like,
she's also, but
jazz about
underneath
the
there,
earth.
I feel like there's a
That's
mildness of fear.
yeah,
But
much deeper.
I don't know how specific you would find what that fear
Maybe
means.
a taste as I like go beyond the surface level of what you're fronting to yourself and others. I find fear. Would that more be like
I don't know. Yes, but I'm not sure if you would be able to pinpoint exactly what that fear is targeting.
You've read people's thoughts before. You've been inside Remy's head before, I think, to some degree. But if not, you've spent enough time with Remy to know how she thinks, how she feels, her general demeanor about things. And one of the things you notice about the thoughts you're reading now, because all of those things are accurate, right? But they almost appear to be contained in... Imagine a water balloon that's been hooked up to a fire hose. And it's really precarious. There's something on the edge of a knife here, and you can't quite put your finger on it, but it's scary. And I'll leave it there.
So Circe
Bless you.
Circe does not say that. Don't put words in my mouth.
I'm so sorry. Never again.
As Circe finishes her deep sweep of your brain, she's gonna be like, okay, so I see that this is really big for you. You're really excited about this. Like, this is something you've never felt before. But I sensed two things. We're gonna go for the smaller one first. I sensed fear. I'm not sure where it was. I'm not sure why, but you're scared.
Okay.
Do you know why you're scared?
I don't know. There's a lot I don't know. And that could be fearful.
Okay. I'm gonna choose to believe you on that. But there's another thing. When you put yourself in somebody else's headspace, like literally, mentally put yourself in somebody's headspace, it's like looking at their room in their house, you know, where their bed is, if they have a desk, what they decorate with. And I know what your room, so to speak, looks like. This is not it. It's not the same. And you are dancing on the edge of something terrible. And if you fall, you are fucked. That is what I saw going on inside your head. You need to be careful. You've only had this for half of a day. I would suggest, I know you don't want to get rid of it, I would suggest if you're going to give it to anybody, you should give it to Thrud. And in fact, I think you should give it up presently
No.
to Thrud. Then I will see you suffer the consequences.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll assume that scene happened.
It happened while this was going on.
This was going on, yes, for sure. All right, so you've driven the wagon up. Thrud has said her goodbyes to this guy.
We're moving.
And I'm assuming you're back on the road
Curved
again.
pieces of lead fly into the wagon, over the side wall of the wagon.
Okay.
And you start to hear grunting as Thrud hoists herself up onto the backside of the... It's hard work, and, you know, she's not small people height-wise. She's small this way, and it's hard to get up high. Making her way up into the wagon.
Okay.
Looks at you, grabs the 3 pieces of metal, and gently takes 2 pieces of this curved lead shelf thing and tries to gently put it around the sides of the seed and along the 2 edges, along the top of it. She takes out her tongs and crimps it to make it kind of a pierogi-like thing. And then, with your permission, would like to slide it over so the 3rd piece can come over top, and she can crimp that around. So basically, I would like to encapsulate the seed in this lid. You can keep holding it in your lap, but
Would you be, because it's currently in like a satchel of sort, are you leaving like a handle out?
the
So that it
reason I
still
have
is-
the bronze is that I was going to make a
Oh,
clasp for it at some
okay.
point, but I'm trying to be cognizant of your desire to keep it
Yeah.
on you right now. So my main concern at this point is to basically make a shell around this piece of seed to protect it and to protect you.
Rude.
Yes.
Just to make you aware, this was a conversation that Remy and I had just had, but I want to make you aware of something I just became aware of. Remy let me look inside her brain, and I had sort of compared it to when you look in somebody's brain, it's like looking inside their house or their room, how it's arranged, how it's decorated, how well it's kept. And I know what hers is supposed to look like. It is not that.
Yes.
It's in either utter disarray or it's precariously balanced over a ravine. Like I sincerely feel that if she doesn't let this go, she's going to suffer some kind of damage that she can't recover from.
We saw how it corrupted Calginia. We saw how over time it created that person who had all of the best intentions.
And keep in mind,
In
Calagenia
theory.
was a demigod at the
And
time.
it was taken over. Swayed
Remy
to the
is
point
not.
of no...
Pelagenia also was always a pretty shitty dude.
Yeah. No, he was. But he's a demigod who could probably handle such a raw power.
Who's to say that I'm not?
A demigod? Who's to say that you are? Come on, you've got an inflated
Who's to say that
ego.
I'm not? I'm related to one directly.
Can we be
Right.
moving while this is all happening?
Yeah, are we moving?
You
Let's say
can
we're
be.
moving. Let's say we're
Oh,
moving.
good. Good.
Yeah,
Right.
we're
All
moving.
right. So we're going into the second stage of the evening, we'll say, and I'm going to need another encounter roll.
Who's doing
Since
it?
you're traveling through the night, sounds like it's going to be Cersei.
Oh boy.
Which one should I choose?
That one?
This one?
Yes.
Papillon, what do you need?
Nothing.
Nice. That's a 14.
Type it in the Discord in your private chat. Your channel. What's that?
Is this like a perception or
This is just a straight D20
just straight
roll.
14?
14. Okay. So the next 3 hours goes by relatively uneventfully. You're traveling along the road. You see nothing. There's an occasional rustle off in the distance, maybe a howl. You can hear the river flowing not too far away from you.
Is anyone gonna rest?
Yeah, I'm gonna rest after my first watch.
Well, so far we are now 6 hours into the night. So
I would have been up for the first watch, which would have been, I guess, 4 hours.
then you would have started your rest by now.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're resting in the back.
So then,
Remy.
should I rest? I should rest too, unless this roll requires me being awake.
What was the roll again?
14?
No, that roll just is basically to determine if anything happens.
Okay. I'll meditate so I can get full sleep in 4 hours.
Okay. Who's driving the cart right now?
I don't know. Grumpy was.
You were on a horse. So
I'm
I was
on a
in the
horse.
cart. I'll be driving.
All right. So I've got Branmorn on a horse. I've got Thrud driving the cart. The rest of you are taking a rest in the back, correct? You still have the heart of the Vassarine.
Yes.
Encapsulated in the lead pierogi.
like a heart empanada.
Yeah, right before I took the reins, the last thing that I did with it was to kind of take a little bit of the corners and make curlicues so that we could tie a piece of fabric onto it to make it more of a sling so that it could be
Okay.
closer to the
you
body.
have this rigid lead sling that contains this thing. It's put inside there. You have it at your side. You do notice a drop off in the potency of that resonance. You don't necessarily feel a drop off in your overall vitality, but you do notice that things begin to diminish just a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm having a coughing fit right now, but it feels like there's something back there. So we travel on through the night. Did you send me something? All right.
About 4 hours into it, Druid starts to doze off on
Oh my god.
the wagon.
We'll do one more encounter roll for the night, and then the sun will be on its way up. Hopefully that'll come up. Since the two of you are awake, why don't you, one of the two of you, roll a d20 for me?
It's like Druid's falling asleep.
It's a good thing it's just a wagon and not a,
18.
Same roll as mine.
A wagon and
an 18.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Adult black dragon.
I don't deal with adult dragons anymore. We've gone straight to ancients.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
That's really sick, dude. Thanks.
Wouldn't that be
double-headed
fun?
ancients.
Great.
Fuck you.
What's better than one head?
It's like 16 goblins are gonna come out of the woods on either
wish.
side.
Your
wanna
dragon's in
clobber.
my peanut butter. Your peanut butter's in my dragon.
Excuse me?
Exactly.
All right, so the two of you are motoring along, and you do notice that, you're using your dark vision. Do you have the lantern lit on the wagon?
No.
Okay, so you're using your dark vision. Things begin to feel damp.
Oh.
And, unlike the day before, which was a nice, bright, beautiful blue sky day, except for when you decided to dim the sun,
Black old sun.
as the dampness begins to increase, a fairly thick and misty fog begins to sort of develop.
That's what I'm talking about,
Thick
baby.
and misty.
First low on the road, in and around the tires and the hooves of the horses, and then it begins to gain in its thickness,
I'm asleep.
almost into a fog. Now, the two of you are aware of your surroundings, all right? And about half an hour into this mist and fog developing, who has the higher passive perception? I should know this.
That's what I'm talking about.
13.
Yeah? Branmorn, you see in the distance something curious. Up ahead on the road, probably about 100 yards away, there's a glowing light. It's golden in color and looks like a small, roundish orb of light, similar to a lantern, but slightly larger.
It's another old man covered in blood.
God damn it.
I think I'm gonna, I'll slow my horse a little bit right up next to Thrud
Slow
on
your
the
roll.
wagon.
Pull the reins back a bit.
Yeah, and be like, just Thrud. I'm getting tired. You're getting tired, but pretty sure there's something glowing in the road up there in the fog.
That,
I don't know.
if it's another broken wagon, I'm going to shit myself.
No, please.
Yeah, it will
Fumigate the
smell bad if I
wagon.
do that now.
Don't do that.
Okay,
No,
never
don't do that.
Should we wake everybody up?
Maybe. Yeah.
How about the flyby?
Are you still rolling?
I think we would have probably slowed right now just to make a decision.
Yeah, I would stop
They're
the
fucking
wagon.
sleeping like babies in the back there.
Thrid kind of pulls the wagon to a stop and stands up on it, only giving herself an extra foot and a half of visibility, but tries to see if there's anything else that she can tell. Perception check?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
You said it was like 100 yards out that I started seeing
Yeah, and
that?
you've still been moving, so it's gotten closer.
Getting
It's only 13. 13.
A 13. You see the light, obviously. It's not that far away at this point, but the mist does obscure most things, and it does look like a lantern. It swings a little bit, and it's held probably about 5 or 6 feet off the ground. And then all of a sudden, it seems to bob a little bit, like with footsteps, and it begins to head off the road and down into the woods.
Go get that shit.
Ew.
Go get that shit.
No.
Freak.
No.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Now I'm
On
intrigued.
foot, huh?
Avoid that shit.
Well, now I'm interested.
Let's quietly move a little forward, perhaps?
Do we hear them
Let's
speaking?
move forward.
No, you're asleep.
Okay.
We're going forward.
We're gonna move a little bit
Bringing
forward.
the wagon and the horse forward. All right, you get to a point where this thing
We're sitting
had gone
ducks.
off the road, and you see it almost as if it's walking into the woods.
Was
Like
there
off
any-
the side of the trail.
Is there anything in front of us, like any other?
The road just appears
Just
to
the
be an
road.
empty road in the mist, so there's some thick
He's going
fog.
mushroom picking. That's
How
what's
far
happening.
off do you think it is now off the road?
It's probably about 60 feet away, but just kind of working its way through the trees.
Leave it alone.
Go get it. Go get it.
The devil and the angel.
Should we wake them up?
Maybe.
That's gonna turn into.
I'm gonna cast invisibility.
Okay.
I'm gonna hop off the horse and I'm gonna start following it.
Oh. Do you remember what happened the last time you went by yourself?
I need to punch something, Olivia.
What's your speed?
You did.
30.
Okay. It's not moving terribly fast. It's not like at full
What
speed.
is it?
Oh my god, be quiet.
Sorry, I'm excited.
God forbid your players are enjoying the game. Todrick.
Make a constitution check.
No!
Let him cook.
Okay. Go on. Go.
You begin to follow this thing, and the fog is hefty. It's thick. You begin to walk into the woods and continue further. How close do you want to get? You'd probably have to get like within
30 feet?
No, I'd say within
closer?
less than that, like 15 feet to see, because right now it's sort of like really
I want
thick
to try and
fog.
see it.
Yeah? All right, so you begin to get closer.
Are we in like kind of dense forest here, or what are we?
Can we play the same music as when
What are we?
Say again? Yeah, it's kind of
kinda
dense.
dense?
Not dense forest, but medium density forest. You know, not
Bushes,
like earlier when you were in
trees,
Sylvan
kinda-
Vale, but there are trees. Occasionally you have to step over a fallen log, but you're following. You're getting closer, and the orb of light, you can tell you're getting closer because the orb of light is getting bigger.
Do we have a safe word in case you need me to come help you?
I mean, I think you'll just know.
I'm highly attuned at this point.
Make a survival check with disadvantage.
Fuck.
It's an anglerfish with legs.
Survival check with
That
disadvantage.
would be so cool. Misty anglerfish.
With disadvantage, huh? It's a 4.
There's something eerily reminding you of the Fae as you follow this into this fog, because I mean, you're in nature. There's a bobbing light moving into the forest. And so you're focused on it. And you're following, and you're getting closer, and you're trying to squint and see, and your foot comes down and kind of goes into something very wet.
Ew.
And all of a sudden, your foot, ankle, shin, just to the base of your knee, sink down into this very soft material like thick mud. You instinctively go to draw that
Oh
out,
god, quicksand.
and you can't. I want you to roll a dexterity check for me.
Carrot.
Teleport.
Carrot, help.
Yeah, black die.
Quicksand finally applies to my
That's it's a 4.
A 4.
Awesome.
So
So
you
good.
lose your balance upon the forward momentum, and your second foot follows suit. And as you kind of, in the 4 dexterity check, you begin to stumble, the movement causes you to kind of pull down into it, and you're almost immediately to your thighs in what appears to be a very thick quicksand.
Nice.
Where's the light?
Yeah, where'd the light go?
For initiative.
Where'd the light go?
What?
Initiative.
The light is 20 feet away.
It's moving away.
But I can't see Can't see anything with
Still
the light.
in the fog.
Man.
The light has stopped moving.
No, not everybody.
Is everybody rolling?
No.
No,
Don't get that excited.
Oh,
Seriously,
sorry.
asleep as shit.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
sleeping.
sorry. I got excited.
15.
A 15.
Oh my god. It's the cookie bites.
The
And
cookie
the
bites
subtle
are great.
look to the
Uh-huh.
right.
The cookie
Yeah.
bites are great.
He's
Yeah.
got some
Where he's
tells.
looking at his
He's
computer.
got tells.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, what are we gonna do here?
Let's check the table discreetly.
Dude, Todd's gonna murder this guy.
You look up
Should have
at
woken
this
us up.
moment at this lantern light, and it immediately moves right in towards you
Oh, that's so
and
cool.
comes in really close.
Gives you a little kiss on the cheek.
Busting.
But this light is buzzing.
Holy shit.
Oh, stop it.
Stop.
I'm trying to decide how I want to play this.
It's a death
This is a
sequence.
really strange object.
Object.
It comes in and the light just brushes up against you. That's going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that hits.
Why don't you tell?
Bye, Brent.
That
You
hits.
feel this searing pain shock through the area where the light touches your upper torso.
Walking
And that is going to do 9 points of lightning damage.
Oh,
It's interesting.
fun
Interesting.
little guy.
Fucking little shocker right there. Is it my turn?
It is your turn. Actually,
This is a wonder
as a
one.
bonus action,
Jesus.
just before it becomes your turn, as a bonus action, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Son of
Rice.
So, Thrud is still standing on the seat of the wagon.
Barnacle.
All of my dice
Is she
are
able
like,
to see anything?
oh, okay, that's
You
good,
might have
that's
seen
good,
the
that's
light
good,
just
that's
make
good.
a movement, but right now it's thick fog. I mean, you can barely
There
see
was
it.
no lightning.
He hasn't
flash
said
or
that he
anything.
called out or anything
No,
like
no,
that.
Not yet.
I'm just looking to see if I saw anything.
21.
Petition for the walking song to play. So you can have like a callback moment.
You're unconscious. You have 0 hit points.
At a 21?
0 hit points?
If you had failed that saving
At
throw,
a 21?
if you had failed that
That's
saving
fucked
throw,
up.
you would be dead. You had 2 choices here: 0 hit
That's
points
fucked up.
or death.
Oh my god!
Wait, this is
On
done.
it.
What is this thing?
As a bonus action?
I will tell you this: if Addie were here,
Addie would know what it is.
Addie would immediately know what this is. This is old school D&D. Old school.
Lured him out and then murdered him. Wait, so
He
it
knew
took
this-
all the HP down, or is it just like it just brought it to 0?
Brought it to 0.
So now what?
I will say this, Thrud. Make a perception check for me.
Oh my god, do not fail.
Oh my god. 11.
I made it 10 or above. You realize something's not right.
I mean, I don't want you to completely retcon this, but I was invisible. So you would have had disadvantage
What, on the first attack?
on the attack.
You're right.
I mean,
You're right.
But is he grappled?
So you would have in fact fallen into the quicksand.
yeah, because I didn't do anything.
All right, here's what I'll do. I'm going to make, with your invisibility, I'm going to make a perception check with disadvantage to
Okay.
see if this thing would have seen you. I'll make the difficulty quite high simply because...
Because what the fuck?
Actually, I'm going to make I'll tell you what. I'm going to make the difficulty of 14.
Okay.
This entity knew that it was luring you to that point
Yeah, no, I assumed
and
that.
heard that you
Bitch.
fell into it but doesn't see you.
Yeah.
So that's going to be... Do I have a number on that? Let me see.
Oh my god.
Just checking to see if I get any bonuses on that. All right, so that
pretty much 50-50.
Let me do disadvantage. What did I say the number was going to be?
14.
Nat 1.
There you go.
I rolled the nat
Okay.
1.
So
So I'll say this. You're in the quicksand.
I get shocked by lightning, but maybe
You
not.
get shocked by... I'm going to say that you get shocked by lightning, but I'll take the bonus
Okay.
action.
Ha!
Holy fuck.
You're
just
such a
because
nice
of the mess
DM.
up.
Because Bran's
All right.
died twice by himself.
Thrud, you know something's wrong.
I mean, can you yell now?
So is it my turn?
It's your turn.
I'm gonna cast Thunderstep. And I'm gonna teleport myself 30 feet away.
Thrud gives a.
Oh wait, it's as I don't know how far I can see in the fog. How far can I see in the fog? I would have known the direction I was coming in.
Yeah, of course.
It says I can teleport yourself to an unoccupied space you can see within range. My range is 90 feet.
Okay.
So I don't know if you'll let me know the path or.
Well, I will say this.
Go down the middle.
You
I know
can-
it's foggy.
Yes, it's foggy, and I did say that you couldn't see the thing 20 feet away. So I'm going to
Okay.
say your range is 15 feet.
Okay.
That will get you out of the quicksand.
Out of the quicksand. So I'm going to go back the way I came, 15 feet.
And then you're going to use movement, or...
So yeah, I'm gonna cast Thunderstep. So I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Got it. Straight roll. Oh, nat 20, baby.
Jesus
Nat 20.
Christ.
Damn.
Oh, no.
I like that. Nat 20.
Takes Tyr and bangs on the wagon. Wake up, you peoples.
18. So you take 9 points of thunder damage from that.
9.
9.
Okay.
I already halved it. It was 18.
Okay.
So now everyone
Is awake.
is awake because that makes noise.
That is going to deny you a long rest. Sorry.
That's okay.
How many hours since the wagon?
How many hours since the wagon? It would have been 6 hours since the
Oh,
wagon.
nice. So I got my 4 hours of meditation.
And I got a short rest.
Okay, so
Initiative
Me.
time?
I'll
Let's go.
Thunderstep 15 feet, and then I'm gonna start backtracking 30 feet towards the wagon.
Okay.
That was that, and then hold on one sec. So I'm assuming I can see about another 15 feet.
Yeah.
So I will phase step 15 feet as a bonus action,
Okay.
and then I will move 30 feet.
Okay. All right. So that's going to be the 15 you thunder
So it's
step.
essentially 60 feet.
60 feet. So you're almost back to the cart. The rest of you are going to now be in the initiative order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chaotic thing to wake up into. It's foggy.
And
Brandmorn's
fucking-
yelling.
Brain is
Thunder.
gone.
Fucking. Oh yeah, I'm
rolling.
not invisible anymore.
I'm rolling initiative.
Yeah, you're definitely not invisible anymore. What do we got?
19.
18.
19.
18.
Wait, Cersei and Papillon are
Yeah, should we
19?
roll?
What are your dexterities?
Rollies.
I have a. Oh, you want to roll? Excuse me.
Should we? Well, I have a 12 and
Yeah, I have more
Dex.
decks.
You have more
Yeah.
dex,
Yeah.
so it's
So
you
you're
first.
Okay.
So
Real
it's
quick,
Pat.
everyone. Bran went off of the path to investigate it late, and some shit blew up. There you go.
Awesome.
That's what I know.
Do we think the bat's gonna help us?
I don't know.
Now that you told him that it was me going off the path.
How far is Bran from the wagon?
16, maybe 11.
So since you guys are at the top of the order and it was Bran's turn, that's going to put us back in. No, sorry, he's at the bottom of the order. What was your
10.
a 10? You actually get to. No, you're going to act last. We're going to come right to the top of the order. So that's going to put us on Papillon.
How far is Bran from the wagon?
How far is Bran from the wagon? I'm going to say Bran is 15 feet from the wagon. He's on his way back.
Okay. Immediately gonna kind of like fall, like kind of like jump out of the wagon a little bit from my laying position, fly past Branmore and slap him in the face, healing him.
Do I take slow
As you're
damage?
flying, you do see down off the side of the road in the mist a highly diffused amber glow coming from what appears to be a slight sphere-ish form.
I'm going. That was 15 feet. I'm gonna go the rest. I have.
Hey, what? Watch out for the
30
glowing thing.
I have 30 feet left.
So you're heading towards it?
I'm gonna go up and towards it. So I'll say like 5 feet towards it and like 10 feet diagonally up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to observe it with the hide action. I'm gonna use my action to hide.
Okay. Now, the way I'm going to rule this on hide, this is the way I play hide. All right? When you decide to hide as a player, I'm rolling your stealth roll.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to need your stealth bonus, but honestly, if you decide to hide behind an object, you don't know whether you're hidden well enough or not,
Plus
right?
8.
Plus 8 to your hide?
I like that roll. Roll.
Got it.
Cool.
All right, so you are now hiding. You're up in a tree?
Yeah, I'm like up in a tree that I went further towards it.
You're up.
I'm gonna hop out of the wagon and straight towards all the noise happening.
Uh-huh.
So I see this orb.
Down in the forest, a little ways away from the road, about 60, 70 feet.
And I would see that Branmorn's actively running from that. Mm-hmm. Okay. How many feet did you say?
About 60.
Perfect. That's exactly the distance that I have on Shatter. So, without even thinking, Circe's gonna put like 2 and 2 together and just cast Shatter right on top of that little orb thing.
Nice.
That's a con save.
Coming up.
Thanks, babe.
Con save coming.
Con save what?
That's gonna be a 9.
Ooh, that's a fail.
You failed.
Oh, you failed.
Hold on. All right. Oh my God.
Slap
Holy
me.
shit. That's a 12, 17, 18 points of thunder damage.
18 points of thunder damage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck it up.
You sort of reach out and thrust forward, and this massive thunderclap radiates out, almost so loud and concussive that some of the fog physically moves, and it's just like gugum,
Man, we're thundering the shit out of this area.
Yeah.
and the light extinguishes. It's gone.
Did I do it? Was that a thing?
I don't think you did.
Probably not.
You might have done a thing.
I think it teleported.
He didn't say that's how you did it.
Would I have seen anything where I was looking at
You
it?
were looking down at it, and you
Yeah.
also saw the light just go out. Gone.
We've gone
Was it
back
an
to
extinguisher or-
different-
Like a...
Damn.
I'm heads on
Walking
a
music.
heads on a swivel to find out where it went.
Circe's fully confident that she did it. She's like, nice. Nice.
Heads on a swivel, you said to see? You're looking everywhere. You can roll perception if you want to, but it doesn't appear to be around.
Are we still,
27.
Are we still in initiative?
You don't see it.
Well, sorry for waking everyone up.
We're coming out of initiative. You did kill it.
Oh. Where?
Cha-ching.
Anybody want to do a nature check?
Yes.
Or
Why
an
not?
arcana
I
check?
want to do a nature check. Does anybody have a higher one?
Oh, I have a +4 to
Oh.
Arcana.
Okay.
I ain't doing
I
anything.
am
Mine's a
not.
+3.
You didn't actually
I didn't see
the
it.
thing,
I didn't
though.
see it.
So if you
Can I-
saw it, you can do the
I'll
check.
like-
I do the Arcana.
Explain it a little better because I was closer to it. It was like this like glowing orb. It fucking it shocked me. Like
17.
This was a will-o-wisp.
Oh, I like them. They're cool.
I didn't
17
realize
is
they
good
could
enough.
actually knock you the fuck out.
So Will-o-wisp, and Circe would know this, has a bonus action called Consume Life. You make a Constitution saving throw on a relatively low DC. DC's pretty low on that. One living creature the wisp can see has 0 hit points. That's if you make the save. If you fail Failure, the target dies, and the wisp regains 10 hit points.
That is fucking
You almost got
crazy.
fucked. though.
That's nuts.
Imagine his
Can you
just dead
stop
body
going off
in
by
the
yourself?
quicksand.
Yeah, you
Please.
keep stop venturing off paths and doing things.
I love Will-O-Wisp. Love it. Use it in your game.
Yeah, seriously,
I'm
it's
gonna
like
kind of
you're a
wait for
fucking dunce.
the dust to settle for a second.
Here we go.
Still
Here
hiding.
It comes.
What?
The talking.
You are noticing that the sun is the morning is starting to break just gently.
I'm fucking tired.
The sky has gone from jet black to a deep blue. Things are starting to come about.
All right, I'm gonna come back to the party.
What?
Yeah, you made it.
I made
Was
it. I mean, it
18
was.
the exact HP that I had left?
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Yep. Exactly.
Holy shit.
It was a shining pretty light. I was interested. I thought I was safe. I was invisible.
Right, so you put the heart in your ring, you go after the shiny.
Whoa,
Okay.
whoa,
What do these both have in
whoa,
common?
whoa.
Going off trails by yourself
My nickname.
Risky business.
is risky business,
Okay.
right? And your name will continue to be risky business, not dead
Who
business.
gave you that name?
The dungeon master would like to remind Cersei of the number of times that she has perished in this.
Right, not recently.
Thrud would
Not
also
recently.
like to remind someone just going ahead and waking somebody up and to investigate something that they didn't really need to deal with.
Irrelevant. Let's keep moving.
Yes.
Relevance.
All right. So we're back on the road, correct?
Thrud is
On the
extremely
road
tired. at this
Yeah,
point.
I mean,
So you got your meditation.
Yeah, I did.
You got a short rest.
Yeah.
Did you have any damage before you took that short rest? Okay, you have a point of exhaustion. You need a full rest as well. You have a point of exhaustion.
And that's disadvantage on everything.
Point of
just
advan-
ability checks.
Yeah, on ability checks, you're going to have a disadvantage on ability checks until you gain rest, proper rest.
I mean, if the group's okay with it, if this other elf could start resting, I would like to rest.
Yeah.
If we're gonna continue to move on, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to continue resting if you wanna. You're fully rested.
So I'm full. I'm good. I'm
Yeah, maybe
fine.
you keep the car going.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I could handle these roads.
Is one person gonna keep the cart going?
I got it. Okay, could you stay up with me for a little bit? while
No,
I
I'm
rest?
exhausted.
Well, you had some sleep. They haven't.
All right, I guess
I mean, I could do this on my own, but I'd prefer some company.
we'll stay up and keep the car going.
Yes, we'll keep the car.
You two have the cart going? Bran, you still on the horse?
No, I was gonna move to the
Sleep on the
car
horse.
in place of, probably Cersei.
Okay.
And I was hoping to go into the cart.
Take a rest.
And I was thinking Thrud might start her rest. I don't know.
Yeah,
So you're resting or not resting?
I would
I
like
am.
to rest.
Sure, you want to rest. Okay.
I do want to clarify satyrs only need 4 hours of rest.
Then you
then
don't
why
have
don't you-
then you
why
don't
don't
have
you
a
drive the
rest.
car?
Come on.
Yeah, I will
Okay,
drive
yeah,
the car.
Okay,
Alright.
Remy's driving the car and I'm
I
sleeping.
had to double check that I only needed 4 hours.
Thank
So
you
yes.
thank you for clarifying that. All
I
right.
was like, I'm pretty sure it's only 4, but let me just make sure.
Okay. So you two are in the back of the cart resting. Remy and
Oh, Remy's
and
driving.
Cersei driving the cart,
Oh,
and you're also
yeah.
resting.
Yeah.
All right. Good. So the sun is coming up. The fog's cleared mysteriously after the Will-O-Wisp decided to
Wisp. Just got
wisp.
it.
It whisked away. And the two of you begin to continue north on the road. Now, the next town up the road from here is, hang on, I need my map, but I just want to look at one more thing, so I apologize. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah 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 blah
Where
blah.
is it? The next town on the way to Eldergrove is Pakar. And so that's probably still a half a day's travel or so away. And as you begin to close in on that, and the night sort of gets completely behind you, the sun starts to rise high in the sky, you again see the terrain around you begin to slowly evolve into what appears like you're approaching civilization, right? So, for example, on the right, you do notice that the river is still there, traversing along. You've been following that all along. To the left, the sort of mountainside that was there has sort of cleared out. The trees clear out a little bit. There's an occasional little like mini farm or a cottage that sits back in a meadow somewhere. Then there might be some low-lying hills. So the terrain changes subtly. And you're kind of working your way along. Now, passive perceptions, please.
You got it.
19.
15. Number 15.
Can I make one just before I went to rest? Mm-hmm. I would have taken a minute to do like a minute meditation and kind of like, little prayer thing to get one of my spell slots back. Then I'm going to start a rest.
Okay.
It's one of my abilities.
Okay.
So I just wanted to do that before I start my rest just in case.
And are you taking a full rest, 8 hours?
I do the same 4-hour meditation.
Okay.
So I am. It says you just meditate for 4 hours to gain the benefits of a long rest. So I'm kind of half with it, half.
And you're taking a full rest.
Thrud took every of those little containers that had the scalloped potatoes in them and like licked the inside of them. And then pulled a sheet up over her head and knocked out.
Dude, get one of the nice pillows.
Okay. You got it.
All right.
What is this, buckwheat inside of this? This is nice.
I'm thinking like maybe like a down feather, and it's pretty nice.
I like this.
So the two of you are riding along for several hours. As a matter of fact, Bran begins to come out of his meditative sleep and is just sort of starting to stir in the back of the cart. And you, with your passive perception, are on high alert. You're looking around. A lot has gone on this road, and things are very strange lately. You peer off to the left, and you notice that there's a small farm. You see some fencing. There are some posts. It looks like there's some wire strung between the posts. There's a really beautiful meadow with some nice grass. There's a gentle breeze. Some of the grass is blowing a little bit. And out in the field, actually, are 3 cows. Cows are just there grazing, but what your higher perception clues you in on is you notice something move underneath one of the cows, and you kind of like take notice, and you look again, and now this cow is pretty far away. We're talking like maybe 100 yards away, but something strikes you because there's something black underneath the cow, like moving, and so you kind of look again. And it almost looks like a bird. And as you focus on it, and as a matter of fact, as the cart is coming around the bend, it's almost like you're closing in on this point where they are in the field. So you're able to see a little bit better as you're riding. And you almost can't believe what you think you're seeing, but there is this huge crow underneath this cow. And it is milking on the cow's teat. And there is milk, like it looks like it's drinking from the cow.
What?
So you're staring at this thing in disbelief.
The way Todd shook
and
his
it
head.
yanks, and it pauses, and it lets go, and its head just
I'm like
snaps, and it looks right at you.
That's
Cersei.
freaky as shit.
Cersei.
What?
You can see now this crow's fur, or I should say feathers, are like wet with milk.
I fucking knew it was milk in the picture you sent.
Well, I hope
Gross.
so.
No.
Ew.
You continue on, and the crow
Feel anything?
no.
Okay.
The crow comes out from underneath the cow, and it's kind of taking these big steps through the grass. And every once in a while it looks over at you, and its head is strutting, and it's walking, and then all of a sudden it does like 2 beats of its wings, and it's up into the air, and it glides up and now it's kind of flying through the field next to you, but not directly next to you, but like, a good 40 yards out in the field, it's flying
milk
along.
crow.
You look, and you kind of see this, right? And all of a sudden, it kind of banks to the right, gets out ahead of you, comes around, boom, and lands right in the road in front of you and stands in the road staring at you.
The wagon.
Okay.
I stopped the wagon. We are stopping the wagon.
I'm like, whoa.
What is going on?
Isn't there something that's
Dude,
like bigger than normal?
No, this crow is, like a crow. It's like the size of a crow.
Oh, I thought it was a big.
You're saying I got my rest? I'm coming out of my own rest?
They've been on the road for hours.
Okay.
Wait, but you said it was a big crow.
Well, no, I said it was a big crow. Yeah, but it looks like a raven,
I'm
not
gonna
like a 4-foot tall crow. It's just like a large bird.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Nice.
What's the range on Speak with Animals?
Get ready to do a crow voice, fucker.
I don't know. It just says it's a duration of 10 minutes.
It doesn't
Just as for the duration, you can comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts, and you can use any of the influence actions and skills to options with them. I'd have to Google it.
Well, technically, it's on her.
Yeah, so I guess that's
So
on
it's
you.
just a matter
So
of
if
if
you're
she
able to
can-
speak.
Yeah.
So I will assume that you're closing in on this. You stopped, but you're close enough to talk to it. All right, so the first thing you observe before you decide to speak is all the neck feathers of this crow have this yellow, crusted, dried, what appears to be milk all over its neck feathers. The milk that was recently drunk from the cow's udder is sort of continuously dripping off the beak of the crow, and it's just standing there looking at you. It turns and looks over your shoulder at Branmorn,
Can I?
and then back at you.
Hi. Can I help you? Oh.
Remy, just say the word.
You seem to have brought with you something of incredible power. What's your name?
I'm gonna look at
Meanwhile, you
Cersei.
hear this thing, and it's kind of there, and it's like,
Please say Ezekiel.
Is it good? Is it going
I'm gonna
good?
look at you.
What is it saying?
Tony.
I'm gonna look back at the crow.
Ezekiel.
I'm gonna say, Mary pauses. My name's Faye.
interesting.
Oh.
Remy kind of grabs the reins a little bit tighter. What's your name?
My name's Little.
Little. You're not very little.
Well, not exactly big. And she takes her foot and she goes
Oh,
on the
fuck.
ground, and with that, you see this small puff of cloud, and as it clears, standing on the roadway in front of you is this tiny little woman who has what appear to be dragonfly wings on her back, and she's wearing this almost sheer, what appears to be a sundress that is embellished with little gold piping all around it. She is exquisite, like she's beautiful. And she kind of turns and she looks at Branmorn. She's like, and she just nods and she's like, I like your hair.
Freak.
Where are you from?
Thanks. Not from around here.
She starts fluttering the wings and she lifts up off the ground and she flies up and she lights on the side of the cart right by where you're sitting. You can actually feel the wind of her rapidly beating wings just sort of blowing on you a little bit, and she stares really closely at you and she's like, You're from the Feywild. I'd recognize that aura anywhere. How long have you been here? How did you get here? Did you take the portal in Elder Grove?
What is the interrogation?
I took a portal, but I don't know if it was in Elder Grove.
What do you carry with you?
Myself?
Sweetie,
Don't sweetie me.
don't lie to me.
Well, don't sweetie me.
We have a lot of food.
We're sleeping.
No, I'm not.
You would have woken up at this point.
There's a fairy fluttering their wings right above the thing.
The 8-hour people, I don't think, are awake.
I'm out cold.
Did we get a long rest or no?
I don't think it's been 8 hours.
It hasn't been 8 hours. It was 4 hours when
No.
he woke
I'll
up.
stay asleep.
Yeah,
So
you're
is
probably
it's
gonna-
just us three awake? Okay.
She
Fruit kind of takes your wing and kind of wraps it around your leg.
Oh, we're bonding.
hops
Maybe.
down to where this satchel is across from you, and she reaches out and she puts her finger on it and is attempting to look.
How big is she?
Punchable.
Grabbable.
You flicked
You
her.
want to flick her?
It might be time.
Make an
She's getting
attack roll.
close.
Fucking
She's getting close as hell.
Tinkerbell.
Beat
No,
this
Remy
bitch up.
would
Cersei,
be kind of
what do you
pissed.
As you should. And you're
about this?
confident. You're beefed up.
Just like if I were to punch her.
Yeah. An unarmed strike.
I think so.
18.
18?
Yeah.
Okay, that hits. That's going to be 1 plus your strength modifier in damage.
I don't damage her. I have a negative strength.
So you just wanted to do
I'm-
enough
yeah.
to push her
Yeah.
away? Okay, you can physically. She kind of falls backwards and starts flapping her wings really quickly, and she looks at you like she's visibly, like, hurt. Like her demeanor changes a little bit, and she looks at you and she's like,
I don't know you. You got very close to a stranger.
that's kind of in my nature, but she turns her attention back to Branmore.
Are you from the Fae?
I am
What are you doing here?
investigating some of the anomalies that have been taking place in this plane.
The anomalies.
There have been some strange misalignments in planetary bodies and things that are taking place on a grand scale through here, and I was sent by the Sealy Court to see what's going on. Why are you here?
Well, I don't really know. On a mission from a patron, but I don't really know my outcome yet.
Let me ask you a question. Do you see that?
What?
She points right at the area where Remy keeps that thing.
Yeah.
Do you see it the way I see it? See, so you don't seem to see anything out of the ordinary.
I don't know.
Do you see those cows over there? You do.
The thing you were just milking?
One has to eat, and I happen to like cow's milk.
Okay, what about the cows?
I was over there. That's pretty far, especially for someone my size. And over there on the road, which is where we are now, I see a light the size of a star moving down the pathway. And I could not get over the brightness of this thing. So naturally I was attracted to it.
Do I see what she's talking about?
No,
Okay.
you don't. But apparently she can see this bright aura.
Can I insight check her while this is happening? Like
Yeah.
after I flicked her?
You can.
Okay.
I don't
I can't. It was a 7.
see anything out of the ordinary.
So, I will say this. I haven't seen anything like that in my time on the material plane. But I have been sent here to see to something that is out of place. That makes me think there is some kind of, I won't say connection necessarily, but certainly something worth looking into. Now, I will also say this. My nature, for lack of a better word, allows me to see when people in your plane are very close to death. Just happens to be a gift that I was imbued with, and I have to say that it's not something I always enjoy, because when I'm, say, paying a visit to a city, I'm off trying to, like, investigate. Sometimes it's not a pretty sight, because I see people that are marked, that are older, or sick, or maybe going off to war. She has that, but she doesn't seem to want to let me near that thing, which tells me there's a lot that needs to be investigated here. Now,
Well,
hi,
hi.
what's your name?
I'm Circe.
Hi,
The
Circe.
inflection.
Nice to
man.
My name's Little.
Little. Nice to meet ya. That thing.
Do you have a last name?
No. Not one that I'm gonna tell you anyway. Oh, boo-hoo.
Rudest.
Anyway, you see, I can peek inside people's minds. And hers is completely out of sorts because of the presence of this thing, as you call it.
What is this thing?
It's
What
a
is she-
thing.
What is it?
But I believe her to be teetering on the edge of something perilous. And you're saying the same thing. That she's marked for death? Okay. So we see eye to eye here. Okay.
You have nice eyes. She flutters over and she actually sits down on your shoulder and she puts one arm around you,
Yes.
right? And she kind of like whispers in
And
your
I
ear.
put one of my braids sort of around her as like a nice warming
She
blanket.
takes it and she wraps it around her neck really nice.
Right.
And so she settles in and she cozies into your neck a little bit. And she's
Right.
like, listen, what does she have? She's going to try and persuade you to talk to her. She has incredible persuasive abilities. She's got
Oh,
a
I'm
beautiful-
against being charmed.
She's not charming you. She's just
Whoa.
using simple. She's using simple persuasion.
Riz.
Do I have to roll against that?
Yeah, you can make a wisdom check against that. I rolled a 27.
Holy fuck!
Well,
Are we gonna kill her?
That's a 12.
Can we kill her?
So when she's whispering in your ear, you can feel her breath. It like tickles your ear, right? She's got your braid wrapped around her, and she's like, "Look, I'm here to help you. What is it? It's got to lend something to my investigation."
Can I tell she's getting into Circe's
Okay.
ear?
You're watching it happen.
I just want to know first before I tell you what it is. I just want to know what are you here for?
What am I here for?
Yeah, what are you here for?
I told you. I'm supposed to report back to the Sealy Court with anything that I find that has to do with some of the celestial anomalies that are happening in the material plane. So, what have I seen so far? Well, I did notice that Doter and Swoon, 2 of your 3 moons, have moved into some strange alignment while 7 outer solar system planets have aligned themselves between them.
Right.
It's most strange. Nothing like this has ever been logged before. So there's that. 2, I've noticed some strange seismic activity that has been happening in and around this continent, which is also very strange, which leads me to believe that there's something under the ground that has been disrupted or something's wrong. I'm not sure what that means either.
Right.
But I'm trying.
Well, you see, I've noticed both of these things too.
She's on Circe's shoulder.
Yeah. I want to cast What would your best guess be as what the modifier was for that? Persuade. Oh, was that just persuasion?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that a wisdom? No, that's a charisma.
So,
Sorry, I'm gonna cast charm person.
Oh my god.
I'm going to see what happens right there.
Yep.
And then my dice
Casting charm person
have made a
on
decision.
her.
What's the saving throw?
13 wisdom.
It's probably like the base is like 20.
Oh.
This is going to piss her off.
12.
Oh!
Holy fuck.
So we've charmed each other.
Well, she didn't technically charm you with magic. She
just
charmed you with her charisma.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No way did that just work.
What are you gonna do?
I
man?
just want to ask a question.
So then do it. What are you
Right.
waiting for?
So she's like,
I'm waiting for a reaction.
yeah. So as she finishes explaining like what she's noticed, I'm like, well, I've seen that too. I'm usually boop her on the nose, and that's me casting charm person, right?
Fucking boot the fairy.
So tell me, would you say, you know, your court or whoever you're reporting to, you're like a neutral party? Like in the affairs of this continent and this planet?
Oh. No, silly. And she kind of like leans back into your braid a little
Yeah.
bit, like she's totally cozying in. She picks one of her legs up, she takes her foot and she like presses it into the side of your cheek, and then she crosses her legs and she like leans back and she's like, she's like, it's the Sealy court. We're the good guys.
Right?
You should know that.
And what do these good guys do? Okay, let's say, for example, like, do you know about the True Children?
Of course.
Are you guys more aligned with them, or?
Oh, we
Yeah,
don't
so-
align ourselves with anybody from your plane of existence.
Oh, right, that was my
We're
question.
Fae.
Right,
Right,
right.
right,
So if something important were happening right here,
right.
for example, that could shift the tides of this world, you're not going to try to do anything to stop it?
Oh no, it depends on what's happening. So it's entirely possible that's what is happening on this plane could disrupt things across all planes.
Well, what if we are trying to fix something that was done centuries ago that messed up the celestial alignments
Well, that sounds
and the
like it's a
alignment
good
of the
thing.
world? Yeah, we're trying to put things back together.
Oh,
Right, so you'd be more aligned with that, right?
well, of course. If
Right.
it's going to set things right,
Right.
we're for balance. Have you ever been to the Feywild?
No,
It's insane.
is it?
Yes.
Wow.
This place is far more tame.
Yeah.
But we need it to be in check so that all things function in some kind of balance, no matter how out of whack some of the other planes seem to be. If it falls apart here, it's going to radiate out and affect other things. My guess is the reason I've been sent on this is whatever anomaly is going on here is on a much larger scale. Otherwise, the Fae wouldn't be concerned with this. But for some reason, we are.
Right. What would you do to us if we were in alignment with?
You mean,
With
what
you.
would the Fae do to the mortals on the material plane?
No, I mean you to us specifically.
Oh, what would I do to you?
Yeah.
If what?
If you didn't agree with what we were doing.
I don't know. Fly away and leave you to your own devices? I have work to do.
All right.
Sounds good. to
Your
me.
friend's gonna die, though.
I know. She
So,
won't listen.
Well, what does she have?
I don't want
And
to
I
tell
can
you.
wait. We can all hear this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
She can just see that I'm gonna die. You don't know why.
Are you asking this?
Yeah.
You're asking her this?
Babe,
She kind of turns.
it's
and looks
from the
at you.
heart.
Shut the fuck up.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Oh my
Whoops.
god.
What the fuck?
Okay.
She cozies up to you and she's like, so.
That
Dude. What in the fuck?
Negative 5
is my
intelligence.
reaction.
She hasn't done anything yet, but what's your reaction?
Yep, you gotta do it, Gary.
I cast Hex and Eldritch Blast.
On her?
What?
Okay.
Yes!
Before I find out if she knows how I'm
Could have
gonna
been
die.
so chill.
Well, you killed her. With
I
your dumb,
didn't.
with your dumb slip.
It was him.
Your dumb slip.
I would like to know how I was gonna die.
Oh, they're bad. They're bad. A 16 and a 13.
For damage?
Hit.
The 16 will hit.
So 1 hits. 1d10. 6, 10, 14. 14 points of force damage.
14 points of force damage.
It blows like right next to your ear, so I apologize on that one.
So that's gonna blow her back. She topples off of and momentarily gets pulled by the braid from Cersei's hair, which grips her at first, but then she spins out of it, and she gets pushed back and lands on the ground behind Cersei, head back, and you can't quite tell at first if she's unconscious or if she's dead, but she's currently laying on the ground off the wagon, like about 5 feet away, just in the dirt.
Do we have any jars? Do we have a jar?
Are we still sleeping?
I don't know if we have a jar.
Do we have a jar?
But I think she knows too much.
Yeah.
Right. Are you in the back of the wagon?
I'm not
Wink.
waking. I mean, I'm not waking up till somebody wakes me up. Or
Do we have a jar in the wagon?
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm completely in shock.
At the reaction to this, you're in shock, but specifically.
I'm
Or like a firefly in the jar and like shake her up.
I'm still sitting between like just finishing the job or like thinking about where the fuck we might have a jar. Cersei's completely frozen.
Okay.
Yeah. Because Cersei was honestly beginning to trust this thing.
You hit her again?
there was a jar on board. You've seen me use it.
Doesn't matter. Bran is killing her.
One definitely misses.
No,
and
she's on the ground. It hits. It's a critical strike.
Well,
This bitch is
one was a
dead.
1.
Huh?
1 was a 1.
What do you mean one was a 1?
That one.
Rolled a nat 1 to hit on one of them. Unless... Oh, it would be at advantage.
She's unconscious. You're
Okay.
making an attack with disadvantage.
So,
Are you
yeah, I
guys
mean...
letting this happen?
Bran. Did you like actually like fire both of them?
It's done.
Okay.
He's doing it.
Cool.
Nice.
She is from the Unseelie Court in the Feywild. There are people involved in everything to be around this thing. If she disappears and mentions it to anyone, we are
all over our back.
targets everywhere. Clearly, they can see this. It's like a fucking glowing star to them. So I guess the lead didn't work to the Fae. I can't see it,
So
but she says she can see it.
then we kill her, we get it to Eldergrove, we make sure that no other Fae or anything can see any sort of fucked up light or whatever.
She was a crow.
You're about to die, so you need to put it the fuck down.
Okay. You're making your second attack. Can we finish that sequence, please?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, so the second one would be... that one's only 12 points of force.
12 points of force?
Yeah, and you said because it was at advantage because she's on the ground? Mm-hmm. Those are both 13, so that they would hit with a 20. And that one is 11, 15 points of force.
15 points of force damage. This impacts her. You see the Eldritch Blast fly from Bran Morin's hands forward down to this small creature on the ground, and it impacts her, and her eyes open wide, and she looks right at you for a second, and she's like, Cersei.
Yes?
Are you gonna go to her?
Yeah.
Let's go out in the hall.
Holy fucking balls.
Thrune is just passed out, and so are you.
I'm zonked, bro. I think
Yeah, I'm just over here fucking.
I'm about to
whenever
die.
you think we're awake, through, I'll wake up with you.
I don't know. I mean, would those wake us up?
I believe so.
I'm about to die.
I mean, they're force damage. I'm assuming that Eldritch Blast makes some kind of. There is a verbal somatic component.
I'll ask
So I'm
Robin
thinking
once
they're
we're
making
ready.
some kind of noise.
This is bullshit.
Could have protected.
Killing?
That could also be the.
What?
Could have protected her.
I didn't want to. She
That could
threat
have
to me.
something to do with the heart, or that could also have something to do with that thing that you encountered way back in season 1.
When I touched
That
the
like disease that you were like.
Yeah, we never really.
We never really settled that.
Todd, did these spells make noises?
Fuck me.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
All right, I'm awake. Fuck
Eldritch
it.
Blast kind of has a electrical sound to it.
What's happening?
RB, are you alright?
There,
Yeah.
we were visited.
You could say
By-
that.
I'm gonna go look at what's happening. It's
it
Cersei on
dead?
the ground and see what's up.
Yes.
Okay, it's definitely okay.
Yep.
We're just cooking along on the cart. There's this fucking
No.
crow just milking this cow, and then it came at us. It looked at us. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, damn.
I am very sad that I killed a fey creature.
You're a terrible person.
You should be.
You just woke
It
up.
could see this, and I point to the.
Actually, I don't. How did you wake up? You're saying you woke up because you heard those spells?
Yeah.
No, you'd be rolling perception with disadvantage because you're asleep. You don't automatically wake up necessarily.
Oh,
Okay,
should I roll?
maybe I'm not.
Plus, you're working off
anything
a
to
point of
Thrune right now.
exhaustion, so you're going to be in a deep sleep.
You too.
Should I roll or no?
You can if you want to. Perception with disadvantage. Anything above a 12, you wake up.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
2.
Are you gonna do the same thing? Okay, cool.
Nice.
Brandmore.
Anyway,
Brandmorn.
Cersei.
Brandmorn. I had her charmed. I had her telling me where she aligns. We were making progress. I slipped. Yes. It's hard to know where she aligns. But what she told me, first of all, her name isn't Little, it's Little Rain Socks.
That's adorable.
She said the heart is dying and it needs to be taken to the Feywild to be healed.
so am I not dying? Oh, but it's
No, you're dying. And the heart is.
why are we? How? Okay.
Because you guys are intertwined.
Sick.
Or something. I don't know. That's not her word, that's mine.
Okay.
Bullshit.
So
But
so now we don't know.
are going to take it into the Fey realm on a hunch?
We should really take this to Eldergrove.
I think that.
We should really take this to Eldergrove and really speak to somebody who knows what the fuck they're talking about, because there was a good chance that Little Rain Socks knew what she was talking about, but she's dead on your impulse.
Do you know when I'm gonna die?
I do.
Oh. We've
I don't want to
started-
interrupt this conversation.
Well,
But
But when am I gonna die?
I feel bad for Little Rain Socks right now.
Yeah.
that's your mulberry.
Oh my god!
That's your mom!
wow.
That's
And you'll
fucked.
come back from that.
Wow.
And you know what? If Triffic can come back, you can.
Wow.
You're going.
All that almost got wet down.
Would have gotten to
Should
me.
we-
I would have been the
Should we
splash
put
zone.
Little Rain Socks on the name tag?
I think you should. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I will.
You're gonna have trouble sleeping on that one.
Hello? I'm gonna die.
Right.
We've heard that.
I've
Okay.
told you.
It's all about
need
you.
to give up the heart. Remy.
I don't know if that's gonna change it
Remy.
at this point.
Okay. Holding on to it certainly isn't going to change anything, but worsen whatever sort of fuckery is going on with the intertwining of this force in your brain, which
Oh my God.
has totally rearranged your headspace. Okay? So it's give it up now or hold on to it and die
So-
for certain.
So
I
what?
still have-
She spoke to you.
Yes. I really was beginning to trust her. Because I know my spells.
I have.
I hate
I
going on over there.
think I know you're from Elder Grove.
Yes.
I don't know Elder Grove.
Yes.
I don't know anything in this world.
Yes.
I do know the Fae.
Yes.
I was nervous that we have such a target on our back with this thing.
That's valid.
I think bringing this to the city of Elder Grove is a mistake.
No. Because we have no idea what any of this is. I have connections. I have connections. I have real connections.
I've got connections.
One of which I can really most certainly trust. Okay? The people in Elder Grove might know what the fuck they're talking about. We don't. They might know how to hide it,
Or we're walking
how to
in.
fly under the radar.
If you have someone you can trust, then
Yes. Yes. Now keep in mind, she didn't direct us to Elder Grove.
I understand.
She directed us to the Fae.
She made a comment about a portal in Elder
She
Grove.
did make a comment about a portal
I don't
in
know
Elder
about
Grove.
this portal.
Nor do I. But anyway, we set out to go to Elder Grove. Yes, we have a big target on our backs.
And
But
if we take this thing to the Feywild, I put it in my ring for 5 minutes,
that's true.
and the world started to die. I don't know.
I don't know either. I just know I really had a good feeling. Just trust what she said. We can't follow her blindly. Because she would have been a set of instructions. I wish we would have kept her alive in a jar. It didn't happen. It's fine. Our step now is to go to Elder Grove and get connected with people who can discreetly tell us what the fuck is going on and point us in the right direction. Because Elder Grove is a city full of very smart people who know what they're talking
Can I
about.
hop off the wagon?
Yeah.
I know it's probably slightly pieces or a mess, but can I pick up little Rain Star or whatever her
Rain
name was,
Rainstar.
and bring her back to the wagon?
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Make sure to get all of her.
Thanks, Remy.
All of her little wing bits. We can pour out milk as libations for her.
Oh my god! What do Mulberry and her have in common? They both drink milk. Anyway.
Some time has passed since the nighttime. You managed to put the heart into a lead casing, and I told you that diminished some of the effects of the heart on your overall feeling of vitality and the surge in constitution that you have. But you still feel like you're too much pressure packed into a very, very shallow and frail space. And that has not stopped growing. It's just growing at a slower pace because it was contained. And rather than working on a 3-hour cycle of a constant constitution check as your body fills with this energy, we've moved to a 6-hour check on that.
Well,
Make a constitution saving throw.
I don't want to.
With your current bonus of +6.
It's a +5.
+5.
Fuck, I don't want to.
You want this thing?
I know. I think Remy's about to die because it's a 21.
There was a moment when Branmorin's Eldritch Blast fired out that the energy present in the space between all of the activity almost seemed to allow the heart to flare momentarily. And I'm not blaming your Eldritch Blast on exactly what's happening here, but you are noticing a one-to-one correlation between certain energy fields and the way the heart sort of has these communicative surges as it moves and grows and bonds with you. And so through that lead lining, you've been feeling this light surge, but there was this momentary whoop. And as your body sort of checks itself again against this, as it teeters on the edge of that, you add one more to your constitution, which, if we talk about this in terms of game crunchy mechanics, most mortal beings are not allowed to pass beyond a 20 in any ability score. So in this case, I marked this earlier because this was supposed to be you.
Oh my god!
But you can't stop playing with the toys.
I'm a druid! You give me the earth rock.
klepto
Obviously,
came out.
I'm gonna take the earth rock.
So
Not
when the
put it
breach
down.
happens, and the breach, which is what happens, one way for the breach to happen is for you to pass to 21 in an ability score. There are other ways the breach can happen. If you were to take a certain amount of damage in combat, if you were to reach a certain level of exhaustion. The metrics on this are 2d10 for every point of constitution that you gained. So in this case, you are at 21, which is a gain of 18, 19, 20. You started at 17 or a 16?
A 16.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So you've gained
10
5
to
points.
10.
So you're taking 10d10 psychic damage as the bonding effect of the heart of the Vassarine, which you have to remember, this is an object of a god. And while you are a descendant of a demigod in blood over many generations, a god you are not.
Oh, Lord.
I don't think it's just
Yeah, I don't think I'm killed.
Don't say that, please. Oh my god.
There's more.
Through just sleeping. It was fucking great.
Do her
also
temporary
asleep.
health points count right now?
No?
No.
So you have to take your temp health points
This comes
off?
off of your natural 64 max hit points.
Damn, you're a beefcake.
Well, it's because of my con.
So,
I'm gonna throw up, I think.
what is your hit points without the temporary?
64.
Huh?
64.
64. Okay, so last thing, and I'm going to tell you this. If you survive this, you permanently lose 1 constitution point. You have to reduce your constitution permanently by 1. All the constitution points that you've gained are about to be shed at once and sucked out of your vitality.
Oh my god.
Quick math.
I see a couple zeros.
She's not gonna die.
Oh, Garrett.
Uh,
I mean, I don't think it's possible to roll 120 or like.
It's not 120. It's
No.
64.
Yeah, but she's not gonna go under her health. So
Whether the effect is just unconsciousness or death, I don't know. This is some weird homebrewy shit right here.
65 points of psychic damage.
Holy shit!
What's your health?
64.
You all watch as
No, we don't. We're asleep.
out of nowhere. Oh, you're asleep.
Oh my god, Mom's asleep!
You're asleep. The two of you are sitting there, and you all of a sudden see Remy swell,
Ew.
and then her entire body almost seems to like suck in on itself, and there is this enormous exhaustion as her eyes go black for a moment, all the way out into the whites. And you see almost as the pouch that's on her also begins to swell. There is a momentary light, and you see this almost what appears to be a bluish purple electrical radiation that rides down one of her legs into the ground, off the cart, and right down into the ground. And her body just collapses down off the cart, falls down off to the cart, and onto the ground.
I like
face down in the dirt.
To imagine that this is happening as Cersei and I are arguing back and forth
Oh my god.
about killing.
Oh my god.
We're just
Fairy,
asleep, so
and these
nobody
two are
knows.
sleeping.
Nobody's paying attention.
And that's where we're going to end tonight.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
You need to tell me if I have to draw up another character, though.
Well, you are currently unconscious. It didn't kill you outright, but you're unconscious. All right, everybody.
maybe
So
get drawn
that's
another
going to do it
character
for
from
tonight.
Oh my god.
I hope you enjoyed this session of Rising. We will be back in 2 weeks to see what happens to Remy Blackwood and the two sleeping beauties in the back of the cart. We slept through all of this.
Spooning at this point.
Holy shit.
I will say personally that, number one, I love Pocket Bard and how Pocket Bard helped with its musical capabilities to sort
Face
of
down in the dirt.
undersign, underpin, undercoat my sheer depression over the death of what was going to be one of my favorite NPCs of all time, Little Rain Socks. Bye,
Yeah.
Little Rain Socks. But this is the plight of the GM. This is how it goes. We love you guys for watching. Thank you for being here.
Wow.
We'll see you next time. I'm going to try and sign off, get that outro to roll like it's supposed to, because I always screw this up for some reason.
You do great, Todd. We appreciate
You know, I'm really trying my
it.
best.
You're doing your
on
best,
this.
man, and we know. And they
All
know.
right. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out our other videos on YouTube. We'll see you all soon.
Notifications.
And what? Turn on notifications.
Notifications.
Yes, turn on the notifications. All right. I'm going to see if I can get this to work. Later, y'all.
Turn on the sound effects.
How the hell did you roll a 65?